Well, so anyway, context first. This is indeed about Xander Hall, who I think the first interaction I had with him directly was when he accused me of saying that Rings of Power was bad because woke, and then I was like, find one example of me saying that, and he was having a back and forth. He got very angry at me, and then I called him a cheap copy of a bunch of streamers that are much better than him from like an older era, which gets to him because it's like the thing that he says to everyone he hates. And he got very angry at me and did like coverage of how wrong I am and everyone else is about Rings of Power. And I went on Adam and Sitch's show to talk about it, and he famously said that he very much enjoyed Rings of Power Season 1, Episodes 1 and 2 because the CG was awesome in the big fight scenes. And then he said, can't wait for the remaining 48 hours of Season 1.
I still remember that.
Mentioning the other law of his IQ test that he did on stream.
He did indeed do an IQ test on stream that made it into my Quantum Mania video for eagle-eyed viewers.
Oh, that's not good.
Let's just say that Xander Hall's in the double-digit club.
Sounds like it didn't go so well.
He's quite far down in double-digit club.
He didn't use
Why'd you call that
banks
guy
until
85?
recently. He recently just started using banks because he put his entire balance in PayPal, and then someone hacked him and spent it all on Steam games.
Oh no!
Some things I just don't understand.
And so, just on the, I guess, format of lol cowery, he had some friends in certain areas who eventually became enemies and have decided to leak things that he had said privately. And my goodness, what an adventure! So, like I said, I'm happy to hear some goofy ass coverage of this. We could go page by page or something, but the fact is, I just want it read because it's so funny. I could go first. Is that all right with everybody? Shall we do it? Also, hi Dev.
Hello.
You have to read it accurately, though.
Good morning.
Oh, Dev's got it already. And by the way, we watched the recording of him taking this test.
Oh, God.
I don't know how he scored this high.
Yeah, we were surprised he scored so high.
I know it sounds like a joke, but I'm legitimately shocked that he scored this high. If watching him take that test, which was painful to watch him take that test, what a moron. If he gets a 97, I must be a genius.
I remember it being lower, but yeah, that's
all right. Let us begin.
See, I thought it was 92 actually, but I looked up. No, it's 97.
There is another.
Yeah,
that's like, I don't know.
Well,
how
he's got a higher IQ apparently than Sneeko, who also did a
test.
test. So hey,
it was frustrating watching him take this test.
I understand. All right, I'll do page 1. So we begin. And again, I don't know if there's any more context I can do to say to help this. This is with his editor, I think he's talking to, and he's just losing his mind a little bit. So it begins. Okay, so I think I'm fucked. Still no money, and still does not show as pending in my bank account. Okay, the number was wrong. Confirmed. The 4K went to some rando. It has to be stopped. Cherry, ASAP. Emergency. Fucky. Homeless. I am now homeless. Cherry.
Homeless.
Why? Andwa, answer it. No! No, you!
no.
Please! I'm going to be homeless! Cherry!
I'm gonna be homeless. I can't afford E!
So,
He's in a fugue state.
A fugue
state.
POV, you're Cherry. You open Discord and you see this for the first time all at once.
Alright, who wants to take page 2?
Yeah, you see Xander Hall's icon and like a 37 next to it.
Yeah, sure, I'll do this one.
Oh, Lord.
Cherry, V.
What's the
V? It's Control V. He's Control V.
Oh my god!
Oh, that was some inside thing they had.
So violently that it's not.
Discord's bandwidth can't keep up.
I have never been paid by P before, according to all my bank info. Not ever before. Cherry, answer now. I will be homeless.
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 Homeless. Sorry, homeless starting tomorrow. Cherry. Okay, we are buying my ticket back to California now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a change in tone a little bit. I think, Rags, you'll have to do number 3 then.
And there's no response in between.
No.
He's probably asleep.
It's nice and normal. All
For
of this.
context, you know what money he's talking about? He was working with Progressive Victory, if you're familiar with what that is. So basically they just bring you in to like sit you in a meeting and tell you like the approved talking points that are going to help the help the Kamala campaign win the election.
Oh,
right?
my God.
And he gets paid $4,000 to do that.
That's it? And you have to...
they're like, bankrolling small streamers and like paying for their lives.
Well, they bought out a fuck ton of people apparently.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, take it
Someone
away.
got paid. Thank you for completely ghosting me tonight. I'll never forget it. Never. The only way to save me is for PV to pay me everything. They owe me. I have never received a single payment, not one. I am fucked. I am fucked. Cherry, answer now. Cherry, you have fucking killed me. Why? Why? Please, just answer. Please. Answer now. I have messaged Brianna myself. When you are back online, we need to have a conversation about your future employment.
Oh, no.
If I am saved, it will be no thanks to you.
If I'm saved.
That's Brianna Wu, by the way.
Right, yeah.
So who's doing the next one now? Should we pass it over to some guest-roonies?
I don't want to do this, please.
Well, I guess we could just
doing
cycle
this.
B, Rags, and Friggy, I suppose.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I could do one.
Go on, Mark.
I've messaged Brianna myself. When are you back online? We need to have a conversation about your future employment. If I am saved, it will be no thanks to you. If I am fucked, it's your fault for not making sure they paid me. You swapped the fucking numbers and they weren't able to pay me because of that. Email by Cherry sent to PV to get Xander Hall his payment. Not the 4K. Not the 4K is on its way to some fucking guy. Now, I'm waiting.
I like the normal ones. It's just, I'm waiting.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
Like, what will happen next?
So I guess Xander Hall is Cherry is like in charge of all of his money?
I think so. She
That
was,
money specifically.
from what I gather, she was in charge of like everything, like for him. She took care of him for everything.
So what does Xander Hall do?
Show
That's
up.
a good question. Very good
Show
question.
up.
So
He
you
hits
can't
live.
even
Yeah.
you can't even arrange your. But why don't they don't just deposit it into your PayPal or your whatever? And why do you need a middleman for this?
Yes.
That's wild to me. How come you
Ooh.
have to pay a middleman to ensure that you get? I don't. It's
I know.
Well, I can
Normally
give you a
that's
bit of information if
already
you want.
done, and then it goes to your bank account. That's how my payments work from work. They just appear there
yeah.
because
A
I did
lot of the
thing
times
before.
it's just automatic. It's just
Yeah.
every 2 weeks or whatever, or whenever it is. It just boop. It's there, and then they give you a stub to be like, "This is what we deposited to you."
Yeah, we
And
have
it
the
has all your
technology. It's
information
crazy.
on it. Yeah, they give you the thing, and this is your stuff. Here's what you're paid for and why.
We'll do I mean, I'll read. This is long, but I love the
You
part
want me
where
to
it
do this
flips
one?
out. Oh yeah, if you want to, yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Yes.
All right. I want you to know that if I have to fly to California tomorrow, I can't bring my PC. I will not be able to afford your pay. Your job will not exist tomorrow because you wouldn't message me back. This is still salvageable, But time is now slipping away. And if you're asleep and you see this in the morning, it's already too late.
Oh no,
I'm also now in hot water with Brianna because I look bad for having you handle this shit while I was busy. You were the one who got me to join PV. I told you I'd be too busy to handle this stuff, and you said you would. I have to pay another $250 so my mom can reschedule her flight and extend her rental car for next week. My lease ends in 25 hours, but I won't be stranded here without her when I get kicked out. I could have locked in this house hours ago if you were fucking awake to send me the W-9 and pay agreement from PV to verify my income, you fucking fuck.
I like how he edited that. You could tell that he
edited it,
fucked
yeah.
up somewhere and he had to edit it.
Great delivery, dude.
That was beautiful.
I would have had this place and moved in by now, you motherfucker. You are the only person holding this whole process back now, you fuck. And if I end up being made homeless because my place gets nabbed up by tomorrow and I'm stuck living with my abusive mom again, and my fans ask why I'm back where I started, I'll make sure they know it was because of you.
Oh my god.
That's how you really feel. Jesus.
Oh my
Slightly
god.
unhinged, slightly.
Oh, we got an additional character
Did you read,
now.
like all of them? That was fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was great.
There's so many
Yes,
things in
thank
this text. I'm just so confused. So she paid her mom for a rental car and extend before the flight, and it's like I don't want to go back to her because she's abusive. I don't even know what's happening.
Now I want to carry on, but Nick, keep playing Xander and Metal play Cherry.
Okay.
Take the cherry medal.
You probably won't even pay me this month.
What do you think? Oh fuck! Sorry. Why do you think I won't pay you? Tell me why you think I can't, and how it makes me bad.
You didn't last month.
Why? Say it. Why couldn't I pay you? And how does that reason make me the asshole? I'm gonna get evicted at the end of this month at this rate, Sherry. We have not made enough money. I can't change that.
He sounds like the Joker. Why? Say it.
Do you want to know how I got this poor?
Also, eviscited. Ever-cited is some fun
Gotta
spelling.
get excited.
So is this position? I didn't make enough money last month to pay you, my employee, because I had to pay my rent, and now you need to get me more money so that I can take care of my stuff. Otherwise, you will definitely not get paid ever again.
I think because she controls his ins and outs with certain connections, he's like blaming her for not having the money he should have to be able to pay her money for doing work for him. You know what I mean? It's like a tangled web, but he's lost his fucking mind.
It makes you wonder what he does.
By the way, this gets the most unhinged by the end. We've not even reached the unhingery.
Yo.
No, that's right.
Oh, God.
The hinges really come off in time.
Dingus. Are we just gonna keep going?
Yes, take it away, gentlemen. You're excellent.
Yeah, all right.
It's a pantomime.
I've been your #1 supporter for 2.5 years. I'm worried if I don't agree to this, you're going to hurt me.
Holy
I'm not Keffels.
You just-
I'm not Keffels.
You talk about wanting people to just...
A lot of people need to die, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that story. Maybe it would be, yeah.
We're still friends, right? Like, you want to see my dog and stuff?
Well, the way you say that, it makes me think that he's threatening to kill his own
Yeah.
dog.
You still want to see my dog, right?
You want to see my dog
Oh,
again,
my
right?
God.
You wouldn't want
Violently
any
petting the
accidents to happen
dog.
to
You
my
want to see my
dog.
dog. My dog. Is the dog even real?
We're
That's the
still
big
friends,
question.
right? After all this.
Oh,
I
God,
hate
here it
all of them,
comes.
Cherry.
Voting his
I want all
dog.
of them to die. I would kill Keffels in a heartbeat. I'd even shoot her. I'd beat her to death. I'm sorry, I wouldn't even shoot her. I'd beat her to death with a gun.
You're not in a good mental
Wow.
state.
I will kill her. What is her address? I want to know where she's at.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh,
She's in Ireland. It's not public. Please stop. You're spiraling.
Someone has to die for this. I won't be happy until someone has died for this. Ideally, Keffels.
Someone has to die for this.
I mean,
I'll take anybody. Just throw someone.
You don't
We're
want
the
that
evil
on your
bigots,
record,
though,
fellas.
everybody.
Uh,
Jesus
pick a
Christ.
random Irishman.
What the
Her
hell
career
is
is going to die. I can't. Like this is like the cherry parts are just so normal. It's like someone has to die for this.
Well, I think it's funny that Cherry, after being told like, "What's her address? I want to kill her," says, "She's an island, but it's not public."
Not public.
Anyway, don't kill her.
And Velvet and her fucking orbiters. I have to kill her. Really kill her. Stop her heart.
Zed, fucking stop. Calm down. Stop. Stop, please.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is just a fun one on top of everything.
Oh my
I
God.
think Nick, you should probably read the quote tweet as well. So this is just me celebrating the Acolyte got cancelled. This is someone
Read it like
quote
it's
tweeting.
Xander Hall.
Yes,
saying
read it like it's
because
Xander.
Why not?
Oh, how does he?
I just mean with the voice you were just
Mauler,
doing, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Just imagine it's his icon and text right above it. And
Well, I was
Now that
kind of
you're in
thinking like, we
character.
gotta go like smug. Like Mauler, you dumb, smug, condescending, pathetic bitch boy motherfucker. It does not deserve this, and you know it. Your small, insignificant ass might have won, but the rest of us normal people with media literacy have lost.
Okay,
just
was that
no.
tweeted
Wow.
before or after? Wait, it's definitely after. I think we just said
This
2023,
is
so that's
Dracula,
funny.
right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
This
Normal
is
Xander
people.
Hall, you're not
Oh.
normal.
I need someone to die for this. Us normal people, we want this actually.
Yeah, normal people don't have
Media
those
literacy is like a
thoughts.
slur.
It's a self-report.
Oh boy, it's
No
tiring
season
and
2 for the
hilarious.
Acolyte. That's like 40 hours of content
I know, right?
Mm.
canceled.
Believe me, we're the ones that suffer the most because no one else was watching it.
I'm benefiting the most from this.
I
Like,
wasn't.
If it didn't get cancelled.
Yes, I don't know what the latest news on Xander Hall is, but he's clearly an unhinged disaster, and we wish
Crazy,
the
yeah.
best for him, I suppose. Well,
Do
that
we?
doesn't include him being able to kill people, if that is his best.
Yeah, don't hurt anybody,
Yeah.
Xander Hall. If you're listening to this, seriously, don't hurt people or kill anybody.
Hey, go to Canada.
Don't go to
Oh no,
Canada,
you gotta
please.
get the fuck away from Canada.
He wants to go to Ireland.
He's a
Oh, yeah.
crazy little lad. All right, next up, I've got a selection of this. This leads from Xander Hall right into Twitch streamers in general. We've got some
Oh,
Twitch
boy.
arenas, some wonderful clips all over the
Okay.
place. I'll explain them all. Don't you worry. This first
Oh,
one
boy.
is
You're
from
not those people.
a classic
Wife.
real BBC
cringe.
episode where I'm explaining some history that you guys are aware of, but there's an extra chapter now. So this is like a context. But it's XQC discovering the concept of condensation. And
That again.
Classic.
Oh, no.
A classic.
so this I should be able to let play. You'll understand.
Someone sent me a clip where XQC, he comes up from downstairs and he's on his stream. He's got a drink next to him. This shit was so fucking funny. And then he says, chat. And he pulls up paint and he's got a drawing of a drink. And he says, what the fuck is going on? I go to my fridge. I grab my drink. And like, it's fine. Everything's fine. I take it upstairs. And then like 5 minutes later, I go to pick it up. And it's fucking wet. Why is it wet? Where the hell is
Oh
the
my
water coming
God.
from? It's leaking. What the hell is going on?
Condensation?
Correct.
So this is True Pop Culture, by the way. His video is edited into
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Condensation makes a lot of
Nice.
good real BBC, EFAP, and open bar memes. That man. And he's popped up a few times on your stream, Metal, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
Forge. He was on our Alien Romulus episode that was like 7 hours.
And he loved it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was the biggest fan of that.
Yeah.
He meant to watch the Spider-Man re-release in the cinema, and then I made him watch Romulus instead.
Oh.
I'm learning from you, Mauler. I'm doing the thing
I
you
would
do all the
never,
time now.
ever.
It's the things
Oh
you do.
no.
He Googles condensation and goes condensation. And then he says, "What the fuck is this? What water just exists from nothing?"
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
And I legit was like, "No way!"
Oh no.
This is the clip, by the way, 1-to-1. I don't exaggerate anything. That's exactly what happens. I don't
Yeah.
remember when I learned about condensation, but I know it was a single-digit
In
A.
high school.
We're doomed.
You're gonna want to look at the screen for this, okay? So this is another classic clip. Nick, if you haven't seen this one, you should have. It's an XQC certified, just core memory unlocked sort of situation. You gotta have this. He's playing one of the Uncharted games, and a quote comes up on screen, and then he reads it. Okay.
Yes.
Just give this a listen.
Okay.
Chat. Shh. Jam a man of fortune. Jay must seek my fortune. Henry Avery's 1994.
Oh, play that again, please. Sounds like me reading a super chat, to be honest. To be fair.
Jam a man of fortune. Jay must seek my fortune.
Can't believe
Henry
you've become
Avery,
mentally disabled man.
1994.
This is why people watch him.
What's great is that
It all
he
makes
sees.
sense now.
Dude,
It's incredible that there's clearly two different symbols next to each other, but he just calls them both 9.
fucking lost it. Jam man.
From the machine or something.
So this is XQC looking at that clip where he doesn't understand condensation. So he's come a long way. Come a long way.
I bring it back up, right? And when I touch it, I don't get wet at all. It's not even the same my hands are fine, right? But when I let it there, after a couple of times, dude, I play the fucking game, I get it, and it's fucking full of water, dude. It's full of fucking water, dude. Look at that shit.
And by full, I mean on the outside.
The English is just
it's full of
remarkable.
Probably covered is the word you're looking for.
No.
And after a couple times.
No, okay.
Yeah,
that's because the water is in the air, right? And the coldness of the bottle is making the air in around the bottle, okay, transform it into water. Look at that.
He still doesn't get it. He still doesn't.
He's
know.
made
He
progress, Rags. Appreciate the
transforms
progress. Appreciate it.
I guess it is progress.
Yeah.
Why does he have a doctor
It's
disrespect?
Look at that.
Oh, that's probably before times.
Yeah.
Shit, it's dripping. Why? Is that it? Condensation. Okay, what about condensation? What about it? What does that shit fucking do? Okay, so the water in the sky, where does it come from?
Condensation.
So now he's in the new clip. He's asking, where does that water come from?
He's asking, where does the water in the sky come from?
Yes.
Well, the rain god.
The rain god. Naruto, yes.
Yeah, the rain god Kanuchtika Poklek is the
Condensation.
Who do you think we fucking sacrifice?
Can you spell that?
Water collects as droplets on a cold surface when humid air is in crap. The oceans. Okay. So it evaporates. It's hot. It evaporates in the sky, and then boom, and then they collect. It makes a lot of sense.
Evaporates in the sky.
He got it. I think. It's good enough.
I mean, it's like
well, it's stage 2. Stage 3 will be even
grade
better.
School stuff. You learn about the water cycle and evaporation and then precipitation.
They skipped that part, I guess. He's getting there. And you know what? I'm proud of his progress. I'm really happy that he's getting there. We're going to be teaching him maths next time.
He's graduated to thinking that this coldness, the coldness transforms air into water, which is closer to reality, I think, than not even knowing condensation exists at all and being confused by it.
It would have been
that's sort of progress.
Way too tempting for chat to try and convince him there was a water goblin that casts spells on drinks if you leave them out.
Well, the way he just explained it made it sound like the ocean is breaking into his house and attacking his bottle of Coke.
He probably does think that.
it can sense that it has have a delicious cold Coke in the ocean once a piece.
Secure your drinks from the sky.
Oh my lord. Fuck your bottle of Coke specifically.
The oceans are rising.
Oh, this is another classic. Was sent as well.
Like 6 in the morning. Okay, I'm about to go to. I'm waking up.
37.
I'm about to go to bed.
Sex QCL.
And my phone rings, and out of anybody, it's fucking Linus, dude. Right? And dude, he just said the same thing I said on fucking Reddit, dude. He said, "Damn, dude, how the fucking I don't know where he said it, but he's like, holy shit, dude. It was you, now it's me," or something like that. You know, like, oh man, oh man.
I think
what the fuck is happening?
To help you out, nothing has necessarily been said yet. What happened was he was about to go to sleep. Linus Tech Tips called him and said, "Haha, I was being cancelled, and now you're being cancelled." And this was in reference to the React takes that he had. That is the story up to this
Oh,
point.
translated.
Nice and translated.
It is, chat. That's what it is.
I got more out of the High Top Films video.
No, you didn't.
It is what it is.
I don't know. This is fucking probably.
This is copyrighted, yeah.
Yeah.
He still says that he doesn't agree with my thing about React, though. And I was like, you know what? That's fine.
I'm gonna just be careful here. Yeah. So Linus said, "I don't agree
uh-huh.
with your take on React." Listen to this follow-up.
Because he still made sure to let me know, chat, that he still does not agree with any of my takes. He says that being deliberately stupid, and you know, he's right.
Did you catch that?
So XQC is saying I was being deliberately stupid, or
the
I'm
React
deliberately
takes,
stupid.
being deliberately stupid.
React takes.
After all that worming
Well, he just
did.
admitted. Well, yeah, didn't he just come out and say like he doesn't care if he's a shitty person or a stealer or whatever? He's gonna make his millions and fuck people. That's
I don't think
what he
as much as that. He never said I was just being stupid. It was like, oh well, I guess there we go. That's the closing of that chapter.
He was more being just like evil than stupid.
I get started. I mean, he is right.
Okay,
Yeah,
He can
that's
just be a
that.
massive coat.
I was
Chat.
only pretending to be retarded.
Chat.
And then the final XQC clip because you know, maybe enough is enough already.
Chat, if you use it more than 2 weeks, I swear, chat, guys, as a DJ myself, okay, guys, I'll give you a little bit of advice, chat. If you use it more than 2 weeks,
So when he says if
He's
you use
giving
it
what?
more,
I'll
if you use
give
it
you a
more than
little
2
bit of
weeks,
advice.
he's talking about a towel.
Use the bath towel.
Yes.
Oh, it's a towel. Oh.
How many
You were
times
gonna
Tom
fuck yourself,
Aspinall
okay?
uses his bath towel? Okay.
one time,
Watch
I
it.
used it for a month, and it molds, okay? And I had double ear infection because of it. It's really bad.
All right, fuck you.
Wait, okay, so like the
That's so many
towels I
times,
have in the
but
bathroom that I used to dry myself after bathing.
Yes,
That-
those.
those?
Yes.
He's referring to those.
He said he didn't
got
wash or
moldy.
dry it for a month. It got moldy. He dried himself off with it. He got double ear infection as a result.
Because he probably just puts it on the fucking floor. And
Yes.
doesn't, you know,
Yeah, just crumbled up. It's like, which that's very fine.
Okay.
Stuff like this is just.
But then
like,
it doesn't even fucking dry you properly the next day, so I don't even know why you would use it. It's just so stupid.
You just
How-
need to hang
how
it
long
somewhere
does it
where
go
when
between
it can
bathing?
like dry without being, you know, bungled up. And, you know, it's
Yeah,
super
you
fucking
really
easy.
just have to not leave the towel on the floor and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
it
because
will
if you
be
just
fine.
hang it up when you're done, it just
Dries
dries.
on
Dries.
You hang it up
Yeah,
on like
dries
the
naturally.
shower curtain. You can hang it up there, or on the little racks you have on the wall where you keep the towels.
oh, there's
Or
so
like
many
over the
things to
door,
say
whatever
about
you want
this.
to do.
on the fucking door somewhere.
I mean, maybe after like
Yeah.
5 or 6 showers, you still gotta wash it again. But
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the issue isn't that it's
Yeah.
not clean. The issue is that he's leaving it wet,
Well, you
right?
just wash it with
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
laundry, typically, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Yep.
he's
Yeah.
probably, like it was he's probably just leaving it on the floor, picks it back up, drops it, back up, drops it, and then he's like, "Wait, it's getting gross. How is this
Well,
happening?
some
Is
green-
this
How
is
how-
the dirt
how
goblin
can a-
getting
Yeah,
to
I mean that adds up with
How
the
can a
not
towel get-
understanding condensation.
What is this
probably
towel doing to my
wondering-
ears?
It doesn't understand bacteria culturing either.
mold
Well, he's probably asking, how is this towel getting more fuzzy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
builds in it,
Like
and then you
green
wash your
fixes
head
the
with
clear
it,
shit.
and you put it into your ears, and it fucks your ears up.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
If this
What
happened
did
to
his
me,
parents teach him anything?
I don't know.
clearly not. He doesn't know. He had to learn about condensation
Yeah.
from like his
It's
Twitch
chat. And they've tried. God bless them, they tried. They're trying to teach him this stuff.
I swear
Don't do
this
it.
is a serious question. Did he graduate high school?
Probably not.
Doesn't matter.
Probably not.
was-
He
it was
doesn't know
Quebec
about
High
the
school,
water
though, dude.
cycle.
Yeah, I just
Sorry,
realized that
one-
there is
elementary
actually a
school.
there is actually a
Probably
through
didn't
line
graduate
here.
primary school.
He doesn't understand how moisture works.
Well, XQC couldn't spell GED.
Maybe he doesn't believe in moisture. Like it's not a real
He's
thing.
actually a fire wizard. His water is just like one weakness.
Week max.
And even if you look at like the
If I ever gave myself a double ear infection from using my disgusting, nasty towels because I live like a barbarian, that would y'all would never know.
Barbarians would never
I
let
would
that
never
happen.
tell anyone. True. Yeah, a
this
barbarian
really-
would just drip dry in the summer breeze.
Barbarian
and
would
they
know.
wouldn't
Yeah,
have this
they wouldn't let
problem.
that happen. They'd know.
They would just they'd walk out of the river and then they would just sort itself out like
Yeah.
it does every time they do that.
So the thing is that like I did something like comparable to this, but I was like 8 years old. You know, It's one of those things.
Well,
how do you live with
How
yourself?
do you live with
Yeah,
yourself?
like I was a dumb kid story. Yeah, when I was a dumb kid,
No.
this thing happened, and we laughed because dumb kids are dumb, and we were all at that stage at some point.
Now, this is an example of just a few snippets of a discussion that was had by several Twitch streamers about not politics, media, that is fascinating. Since we're all very much into media, listening to them discuss media, you'll sense very quickly why it's cringe, painful, and horrifying, and that it's good that the spheres are separated.
The most popular trope.
Who is it? Is this Captain America? Who is this?
I don't know who he
can only
is.
assume because of the iconography.
I don't know who he is, but he says funny things.
I think this is on Jim Pool's show.
Oh, that's Lauren Chen.
Yes, that's
this is
Lauren
Lady. Okay, who is
That's Lauren
Guy?
Chen, yeah.
I don't know
I
who
think he
Guy
was
is.
on the Whatever podcast.
Okay.
You look
Lady
at like
and
the most
Guy.
popular tropes in films, they all are in a way like right wing. I mean, you know, the good
Oh,
over the
good
evil, the
Lord.
strong over the
Oh no, I've seen this one. No.
Like, I mean,
Why do you bring this back to my memory?
It's such a fucking funny clip.
Oh my god.
All of film is right wing. The good strong versus the bad
When
weak.
good wins, that's right wing. When evil wins, that's left wing.
yeah.
Wait, does that mean that Joker
Holy
is a left-wing
shit.
movie?
Absolutely, 100%.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Or
They certainly don't want to take ownership of it. Interesting.
weak, the triumph of good. Jonathan Bowden writes about this extensively.
right wing?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I feel like a lot of the traditional media is actually, if you depending on how you analyze it, a lot of the movies we had growing up was actually the overcoming of toxic masculinity.
they.
Ugh.
what?
What? Jesus, Destiny.
What is happening?
No.
I don't like this
Why
movie.
is
Just put it away.
I'll use your retardation to
This is
fight
what I mean.
my
How-
retardation.
It feels like retarded wizards casting spells. It's like, stop
That's the
it.
thing. Like, political. There's something about political like YouTubers where their media takes are fucking wild.
Well, it makes some
I don't
sense,
know what it
right? Their
is.
whole everything is politics to them because that's their job. So when it comes to media, it's just like slot it right in wherever it'll fit and go. The rest of us must suffer.
This man has not seen Commando.
This was Xanderhall's thing for a while too.
That was Sandoval's plan, right? He was gonna infiltrate. He just said on a stream he's gonna infiltrate lefty video essayists and turn them further lefty. Or was it centrist he was gonna go after?
Commentary. He was talking about me. Commentary.
He's gonna get you. Did he get you? Did you feel
Yeah,
got?
it's me, Turkey Tom. No, we
got
just
God,
laughed at him
bitch.
for a while.
That's true. So they will take like a right wing sort of concept and they will redress it to be more egalitarian because they will replace, you know, the man with the woman, or they'll add like woke stuff or gay stuff or
Not
what
even-
have you.
I don't know what the fuck.
Well,
that
anyway.
Like, there's some other funny.
Yeah, I
ones.
heard.
What the
I've
fuck?
heard the
It's just
words,
a-
and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
It's hard to track.
So he
It
has.
really-
It's this bizarre. He has a picture of a. Well, you know, and it's. Okay. He has a.
Are you okay? Do you need a doctor?
Listen,
I'm
it's
trying
been
to
a long
figure it
day.
out.
It's been a long day for Ags. We're at what,
No,
17 hours?
Look at this. What's happening? What's happening here? He has a floor for a wall, which is already strange. But
hardwood walls.
he has this picture of a chicken, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
It's a
that's
cock.
nice.
It's a cock.
But yeah,
It is a
and
cock.
it's got the flintlocky pistol.
He's got
and
a
then,
guitar.
like
And a Telecaster.
a samurai weapon sword, and they're just
He likes
crossed
cock,
over.
he's a patriot, and he's a weep.
But it overlaps on the picture, and then he has a guitar randomly.
These
Yeah,
are
what's
all
going on
representative
here?
of his
What's
hobbies
this?
and interests.
Is this just like, yeah,
guess.
I like swords and guns and chickens, and I'm gonna put those three things over here?
You know what?
And I
Which is
play the
fair. I like those
guitar.
three things.
I kind
too.
of like those as well. I'm a fan.
They're just like
like-
there.
like
There's
those-
no rhyme or reason to it. It's just like randomly. I don't know. Sword, gun, chicken. There we go. Also guitar.
It's like the least aesthetic thing I've ever seen in my
Oh,
life.
I know,
least
right?
aesthetic
The
thing,
sword is not
really.
even up the
With
right
all the
way.
videos we've covered.
Just
Blade up.
like not
Blade
even an
up.
hour ago.
We saw Boogie like
Oh,
you know,
Yeah,
an
we
hour
saw
ago.
Boogie.
I was going to say, we had
His
Boogie.
wall also kind of looks like a floor.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
right.
right.
Yeah.
You are so correct.
Oh, let me
So, yeah,
let
no,
me
I'm not-
repeat
I'm not
something we said
insane.
already as
I'm
well.
tired,
There's a
but I'm not
chicken on there.
I went and saw the new Indiana Jones, and I got like crap for it just because like it was woke or something because there was a female protagonist. Which you ever seen those movies? I mean, that's like always a trope, and people are
Oh my
My
god!
brain is shutting down.
He's
Hold on.
going
Why
to
have you
bat
done
for
this?
Dial
What?
of Destiny.
He's going to
after
bat.
all
For...
that?
This is what I mean. You just don't know what's going to happen. You enter these worlds.
Holy
and
shit!
This is why it's fun
Yeah, it's just
covering
a
Ben
roll of the fucking
Shapiro.
die, what they will say about it.
You never know what'll happen. They'll say anything.
like, oh, it's woke, she's such a girl boss. But that's kind of the point is, you know, this girl is so prideful and annoying that her like literally 80-something-year-old godfather has to come in and like, you know, show her how it's done.
That is not what happens.
That's not what happens at all.
Not even close.
I haven't seen it.
She has to beat him the
Indiana
fuck
Jones
up
is
until
a-
he's knocked out to drag him away from his suicide.
The fucking people.
To be
These
fair,
are
she
people
tries to kill him multiple times.
Also that.
He was watching that movie while telling himself that that's what was happening.
I don't know what
And
movie
not-
he
not
watched.
actually
Dude.
paying
Maybe
attention.
deleted
That's
it.
what happens.
Daydreaming in the middle of
dialogue.
it, making up his own lore.
This is the personification of the person who goes on Twitter and tells you that you don't understand the boys.
No, not those people.
Oh no!
Actually, the
Because
boys
he
is
the
right wing.
adventurer. He is Indiana
They
Jones.
got rid of Shia LaBeouf.
And
he has a
you
yeah,
notice
for
too,
woke,
a lot of the like more
fuck,
like
it's the
woke
same
film
movie.
critics don't like that movie, and I think it's because Indiana Jones and James Bond, these kind of franchises, are like one of the last sort of authentic displays of like real adventure or like a hero archetype that like men have to project themselves onto. Because now if you look at like Captain America, like you mentioned, what that has devolved into is like Captain America fights for gay rights and stuff.
What? Where did you? Where are you? I mean,
What
I-
is?
What?
Remember in Endgame
like
when
saying
Cap
shit,
was like
like-
gay rights and he stabbed
Used to
Thanos
be,
with the
My
price
favorite part of the
flag.
movie, yes.
as far as I know, canonically, the gayest thing Captain America has done is compliment his own ass,
Yeah.
which
You
I don't
have
even
to-
think is gay.
I don't even understand anymore.
masturbatory.
It's like you can't go
You
to
can be
Cap
proud
in the
of your
movies because he's
physique.
fighting for gay rights. Like, it
I
was-
think that would be gay because it's an alternate timeline version of himself, so it is a different person, right?
Yeah, it is a different person, but it's like the gayest thing he's done is he's like, yeah, that is America's ass, and it's like, yeah,
That's fair.
like
My
me,
brain is
kinda,
shutting
sorta, like a
down.
multiverse version of me.
like that with the whole like MCU, and I just don't think that that's as good of a role model for like what masculine leadership looks like.
I feel like
Remember Squid Game?
Oh, totally right wing.
Because
And these.
Here we go.
Totally right.
Oh god. Oh my god.
I
remember why I
finish your
repressed
point. I got a rant on this.
they people were like, oh, it's like
please
this
don't.
critique of capitalism. I'm like, okay, well that's kind of right wing. But then it was also like the way
Wait, a critique of capitalism is right wing?
I don't understand anymore,
no.
Rag. I can't follow it
Unless
anymore.
you're really fucking far right
This
wing, it's not.
guy fucking writes an r/Hassan Piker. Okay.
Uh,
yeah.
If you want to go like
Critique of
very
capitalism.
extreme far right, there's some anti-capitalist stuff there, but
It
the
gets
mainstream
very,
right now.
It's
Yeah,
very
like
white
the fascist
noisy.
state should control the economy, so capitalism's like bad or whatever.
Hey, the
You're already in
characters
crazy
were-
It's the horseshoe
territory.
thing, basically.
being successful wasn't like, you know, a girl boss. Like there were the women characters who were using like their beauty and their sort of charm to like seduce the male characters. It was like, you know, might is right. I mean, the stronger ones were winning until they were stupid and uncalculated, like that big guy who ended up getting killed by the woman on the glass panel one. Sorry, spoiler. It's been 2 years. Watch the stupid TV show.
Only 2 years?
Yeah, so I think it was fall 2021.
Okay, I got to rant on this because when the movie came out, I was like, wow, this
The movie.
Movie.
What
is a
movie?
huge critique of communism.
Show.
And I get all these leftists being like, Tim's so dumb.
Squid
The
Game.
guy who made it said it was a critique of capitalism.
This is so. This while we were talking about the characters, the plot, and the world building, the B plot being like a frustrating thing, the potential, the future, the world of the Squid Game, and how it like works, whether or not it's believable. People like Tim Pool and everyone else were just arguing whether or not it was
Yeah.
mean to communism or capitalism
How do we-
more.
Yeah, all the political tubers are trying to figure out how can we make this be pro our thing.
Yeah, because
twisting
it's a
themselves into
popular
knots to be
thing.
like,
If
actually,
thing-
How does it
criticizing
confirm
capitalism
my
is
beliefs
right.
or the
If
correct
thing is
ones?
good,
Oh,
we need to
well,
make thing our
women.
thing, because then it makes the other people feel bad.
What a bizarre.
Yeah.
We kind of got a glimpse of this in the Ben Shapiro one, where like a lot of the commentary was oddly about like whether or not it aligns with his personal politics. What a bizarre world where like every
Yeah.
single thing is filtered through the lens of like your
Yeah.
political motivations. God damn.
It's a strange place to start from when you're trying to analyze media. Be like, okay, how does this agree with
on your
me?
mind all the time. I don't know. Maybe that's what happens, right? If you're just like so, you know, immersed in it, then you just I don't know. But like, god damn.
It just
pure
skews your
brain
view of
rot.
everything if you come at it with the those precepts.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can you can
Yeah.
mold and meld everything into anything. It's easy.
And I'm like, then this guy doesn't know anything about communism or capitalism.
Yeah.
Let's use the red light, green light scenario because it's been a long time since I watched it, but this was a really great example. In which system, contestants, are you likely to find everyone wearing the exact same clothes, starting from the exact same position, and then being told, good luck? A capitalist system or a communist system?
Yeah, I've heard
what the
Why?
fuck?
Like, why would there be whatever?
right-wing commentators say that it's anything where there's like gray areas morally is leftist because of moral relativism. It's like, okay, I understand what you're trying to say, but a good villain will have their own justifications for what they're doing. Otherwise, it's just cartoon evil, and that's not interesting.
And we went a little bit over, so I'll end with my final thoughts. That's why Final Fantasy 16 is awful.
I just find that
Wait,
amusing.
how did we go to Final Fantasy 16? What?
They probably talked about it earlier, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
it was a terrible
Ultima
game. I stand by this.
like-
Everyone's allowed to be mad at me. I won't spoil the game, but it is lower than one-dimensional. So yeah,
Which isn't always bad, though. I will
well-
say that there's a time and a place for Game of Thrones, which is incredibly seven-dimensional.
Yeah.
Okay. God bless the ending of that show was so
Whiplash.
fun. And there's also a time and a place for Lord of the Rings, which is incredibly one-dimensional.
Agreed.
Whoa!
I don't get it. I
Wow.
don't understand. How does this the dye has seeped into his brain? I don't understand.
Lord of the Rings is incredibly one-dimensional. Like, Lord of the Rings is fucking
it's full
amazing.
of-
There's
it's
loads of
full of
aspects
bad
that are
dialogue and
complicated.
birthday
There's way more to
scenes,
say about Lord of the Rings than simply the one dimension of the good guys fight the bad guys, so to speak.
It's
literally
pissing
the
me
biggest
off because
bad guy and the goodest.
Yeah, the baddest
think I
bad
know
guy
what he's
versus the
saying.
goodest good guy.
Yeah, I know what he's saying too. He's just saying it badly.
Yeah, he's really
Well,
not phrasing this very well.
If you want to
Do you
scale
know what
it,
he's
I think
saying?
if you want to scale it,
I
I don't
feel
think
like
Lord
I
of the Rings
do.
should be the 1 on the 1 to 10. I don't think it should be. I think it's more complicated than
I
that.
agree.
I think
Because even if you look at the
phrasing it as
concept of Lord of the Rings,
one-dimensional
it really
is
is
insane.
just. Oh, sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying phrasing it as one-dimensional is insane because all he should have just said the morality in Lord of the Rings is much more clear-cut.
There are.
There's a clear divide between good and evil. That's a point that makes sense. Saying it's one-dimensional is like, well, I mean, not exactly. Like that's really kind of
Well, let me just
ultra reductive.
Let me just lay this out, right? So if 1 is the simplistic, they're clearly on either good or bad, and 10 is it's really hard to tell because of all the details and dimensions. It's like take a trying to get like a complicated-ish character in terms of how they maneuver the world. Maybe a Tywin Lannister. Like, is he strictly evil? It's like, well, I think there's more complications to that, and you have to go through his history, blah blah blah. And then vice versa, you might be like, okay, Sauron. You're like, well, yeah, okay, he's definitely evil, but I think you can flip this pretty easily. Ramsay Bolton, nobody's going to defend him as anything other than pure evil. He's essentially a Sauron-level character. And Ned Stark is often just described as basically the pure good guy. But then take someone like Denethor, or someone like Boromir. These characters are a little bit more complicated than the goodest good or the baddest bad or anything like that, right? And I just feel like at this point we would just be cherry-picking and treating... It almost feels unfair to Lord of the Rings to be like, you're the simple one where Sauron is evil and everyone has to stop Sauron because he's the big evil and he's going to do evil. It's like, well, there's a hell of a lot going on.
It's more in like generalities with the different factions in the worlds, right? You know, in Lord of the Rings you have these factions which are, you know, good or evil, and in Game of Thrones it's more like, you know, a bit grey.
And like,
So in those terms you can actually agree with that, but you know,
Sometimes
when it comes down to specific characters, there's definitely a lot more nuance there.
Yeah, there's so much
You've
interesting
also
things to
got
talk
in-
about.
So in the Lord of the Rings, you've got like characters like Boromir and Denethor and whoever else, and I guess Faramir to a lesser extent. They get tempted by the ring, which then gives them much more, I guess, ambiguity on the scale of good to evil. But in the context of the Lord of the Rings, if we're just taking the films, they're basically being corrupted by something that is just absolute evil. Like that's not ambiguous. And whether Destiny knows that, I have no clue. But
seen
yeah,
the films,
if he's
so
comparing that,
you know, like
if he's
Gollum,
comparing
for
that
example.
to Game of Thrones, yeah. Well, because like Gollum is definitely a complicated character, but the fact that the ring is like pure evil, I don't know if Destiny knows that necessarily. I'm not sure.
So this is the thing. I actually do think
Maybe
that there
the
are
ring's
aspects
just
that someone could
misunderstood.
list to be like, see, Lord of the Rings is more one-dimensional, but I'd be like, but there are plenty of those in Game of Thrones. It's just like...
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm happy to concede Lord of the Rings isn't as politically complicated, but I mean, I wouldn't want to undermine Lord of the Rings. And obviously this is the more interesting conversation out of all these clips, because the rest of them are like fucking... can't even start. Because it's like, this thing, my thing I like is actually my political thing. You're like, okie dokie, thumbs up. you do you.
Well, I think it's because the central conflict in Lord of the Rings does end up being a lot more clear-cut in the end.
No, so this is the problem. It's all no. It's all POV because in Lord of the Rings, you've still got to build armies and connections that are complicated with people who may or may not have the same motivations as you. In Game of Thrones, all of it eventually comes to a head of we have to fight the army of undead monsters that simply want all things to be dead. That's not exactly complicated.
You have the historic feud between the elves and the dwarves, for instance.
Yeah, it's really to me. It feels unfair to Lord of the Rings when we do it this way. You know.
Well, also,
I
would
bear
in mind.
agree with you. I would have completely agreed with you, Muller, if they actually ended the show on the Army of the Dead and they didn't. It's like, well,
I mean, you're not arguing that they made it complicated and interesting at the end, are you?
Yeah, like I mean,
no, I'm not.
They make it just pretty clear.
So, yeah.
Okay, now evil is
no.
Daenerys.
I'm not saying it was a
go.
good ending, but I like.
Yeah, but it's not
would've been a better
multi-dimensional.
ending, I
They
think,
just
if they
say
ended on
the
Army
guy
of
with the best story gets the throne. That's you, Brad. Which was just like what?
I feel like we got to remember as well that like the extended Lord of the Rings is obviously long. It's like what 11 and a half, 12 hours or something. But comparing that to 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, that's like 60 hours of content. It's obviously going to be more complex.
And I guess to round it out then, I don't know that it's necessarily saying that anything is bad because it's one-dimensional. I just don't think that Lord of the Rings is one-dimensional. I think it's a bit more complicated than that.
Bad example.
Not 100%, no.
I guess if you had like a scale of simple good versus evil story and then, more complicated everyone's shades of gray story, Lord of the Rings is probably closer to the simple good versus evil story than Game of Thrones, but it's not at one on that scale.
Yeah.
The politics in Lord of the Rings are simpler because like there's the factions are very far apart. Like Gondor isn't near Rohan, which isn't near Rivendell, and they can kind of just keep to themselves, and there's no war for any one throne. So the conflict in it is just against the big evil kingdom to the Mordor.
Oh, sorry, it's not over yet. We got more.
It's good. There's a time and a place to enjoy different types of media, I think. Yeah.
So this, I
right.
threw this in just because it seemed relevant. This was the recent thing with the Fallout stuff, which we mentioned, I think, hours ago on this anniversary. But now this is the actual image.
You mentioned it once.
They got, critique of capitalism was never the point of Fallout. In fact, the game went out of its way to mention that other countries like China were also behaving terribly. If anything, Fallout is a comment that war is inevitable given basic human nature. And then you got Reddit mods are deleting one of the Fallout creators' remarks that the game is about war, not capitalism. And Chris Avalon said, let's ask the creator of Fallout what he thinks about things and then not care what he thinks.
Wait a second. This person doesn't align with me politically. Get him out of here. Oh, fuck. So I can't use this piece of media as a weapon in my political war.
The way I want to sort of mention this as well is because it comes up with Bioshock. It comes up with basically everything, actually. You could just say it about pretty much anything that is like you didn't notice what was happening in the game you love. You think it was about this, when in actuality it was a big critique of this thing that you actually maybe like, maybe don't, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I feel like there's a bit of a turning tide as of recently. Those people felt like they saw more. They had more to analyze, more to break down, and more to humiliate you on for not having noticed all of these amazing, deeper themes. But like it's starting to flip in terms of, why would it be that Fallout is more meaningful as criticism of capitalism as opposed to criticism of human nature, which is a far more fundamental prospect of like figuring out what it means for war to almost be perpetual, inevitable. It never changes in the sense that it always rises in the same way and always has the same level of destruction, at least on a scaling sort of format. And what does it say about humanity? As opposed to, it's about an economic system having flaws. You're like, okay.
Well, the unsatisfying answer, but I think it's true to that question, is that a lot of the people who do this type of analysis, they're usually very, very far left. And they're usually just very anti-capitalist, and they don't believe in human nature generally. So
don't believe in
they
human
just say,
nature.
"Oh, it has to be capitalism." Oh yeah, that's a big thing on like the very radical left right now. Is just a complete denial that human nature exists.
Well,
We're all
even
just kind of blank slates.
Oh, I figured it was more so
a nature
now,
that can still develop
be wrong.
from after birth. I don't mean like it's a necessary thing that we have values that relate to war from the moment we're born. I mean the nature, the nature that is nurtured somewhat by the lives that we live anyway in societies that are built. But some stuff that I think is super interesting to talk about as like a core that would have matched throughout history as opposed to more so rose with a political system or an economic system.
I mean, I suppose it's fascinating, right? Because the tagline of Fallout is "War never changes," and apparently that was too subtle.
Well, I recently got into it. maybe a few months ago, I got into it with a bread tuber named Dead Domain, and we kind of went back and forth a little bit, and like doing the reply guy thing. And one of her big points was basically the inverse of what we just saw some of these people say in this clip, and because she basically said, "Yeah, so if it's a piece of media and it's critiquing the government, it's left wing. Don't you guys know that?" And it's like, listen, it's more complicated than that. But it does really kind of boil down to this type of thinking again, right? I mean, hold on.
Well, so
All right.
$1 meat. It's got to
So-
come back
yeah,
up.
I was choking on my coffee. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this Tim Kaine Fallout thing that you have up here, Mahler, and I think Chris Avalon also worked on Fallout as well.
Yeah.
I posted something a
To
few months
Vegas.
back. I'll put it in the chat here if you want to take a look at it. But I posted something a few months back on the exact same topic that took off because I found a clip of Tim Kaine in Tim Kaine in an interview said, "Yep, it was because of the show," and he said basically that in the original lore, China launched the first nuke, and it wasn't actually a thing of capitalism. It was actually about war. So this is from a few months ago. Tim Kaine saying the same thing, and I had so many people shit on me for like digging up this clip, and people are saying like it doesn't actually matter what the original creator meant for this work, and I'm like, hold on. Isn't that the whole point of like the media literacy conversation? Is like you dumb right wingers.
Oh,
don't
they'll say it about
understand
Starship
what this
Troopers, yeah.
means.
Oh
Yeah, yeah. It's like you dumb right wingers don't get it. You don't get this piece of media is laughing at your ideology, and you're too stupid. You sit there and you laugh, thinking it's a good show, but it's making fun of you. But now that the tables are turned, they start dusting off the death of the author hat.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
it's fascinating to me that that would actually be deleting the remarks of the creator of the series on the subreddit that's based on that series that guy created. Like, no, we don't want to see what he has to say. That's really cringy. That's really awkward.
I think there's now a sense of it's no longer in Tim Kaine's hands. It's no longer in Chris Avalon's hands. So now we can do whatever we want with it.
That doesn't change anything. This is related to Fallout, and it's not really. What are you meant to do if he says, "Yeah, that wasn't like what we were going for"? That's the end. That's what he thinks. So it's exactly like the tweet says: ask him what he thinks, and then not care what he thinks.
Yep.
Only care what he thinks if he agrees with you.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I think I spoke to you about this, Regs, privately. I'm working on a pretty long video on this topic. Just how some people will put on the death of the author hat and then take it off as it suits them.
Oh yeah, there's not going to be any consistency. I mean, it's going to be, can I use this as a tool? Oh, I can't. Discard it or change my stance or don't be consistent with things.
Yep.
Speaking of tools. Give a sec.
Okay.
hang on.
So if you remember,
this Jesus Christ.
we once checked this out, and I was made aware that we only saw the first half of it. So for anyone here who is not familiar with this, you're about to have a fucking riot. This is two
Are they
guys.
arguing that they're flowers or something?
2 guys just having a chat, and you're gonna get the full thing. Okay, this is from start to end. Don't you worry about it. Here it comes.
What's the animal in this world that you fear the least? Fish. Animal. Fish.
Stop. You can't just do this so casually. What animal do you fear the least? Fish. No animals. Like, wait.
Fish.
Fish is not a valid answer to the category animal.
What do you mean?
Mammal?
But
Fish is
well,
a
so
vegetable.
this just gets better and
Animal.
better. Just
Okay.
enjoy.
Okay.
Don't. You're starting and I'm not.
A fish is an animal.
No, it's not. I'm talking about an animal. Like
Fish.
fish. That's.
He went. I think he and XQC went to the same school. They must have been classmates and then never showed up. They never knew they were classmates because they never went.
Like saying like an ant. That's not an animal. Fish aren't animals.
That. So ants and fish are not
That
animals.
face right there.
Okay, so fish and ants.
We're figuring it out. We're
I
getting
guess
there.
by extension, all arthropods are not. So like lobsters aren't animals either. They're plants or whatever.
Yeah, plants.
Or concepts, I guess.
Concepts.
Maybe they're
The
like
vegetable
gases
idea.
or plasma.
Well,
all right.
we can edge this out and just get more information, right? That's the way we'll do it.
So like,
That's like that's a sea
bivalves
creature.
or
A fish is an
cephalopods.
animal.
You can't go to the zoo and see a fish.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I have
seen fish at the zoo. We have specific
I did it not too long ago, actually.
Zoos actually had their own unique name.
It's so fucking funny. It's the reaction as well. What a
Why is
weird
this criteria for whether
too.
something is
Like,
an animal, whether or not it's a zoo?
yeah, that's not even good criteria, but it's just funny as fuck that he said
That's
it.
like that's a sea creature. A fish is an animal. You can't.
Yeah, but wait. What's weird is that he calls it a creature, not an animal.
Yeah, creature is his umbrella term for
It
all
is
of
a
it.
yeah. It is a creature, but not an animal. So there can
There
be
are cars
animals
at the
that
zoo.
are.
Saying like an
Wait.
ant. That's not an animal.
So I guess
Ant
under
brother?
his classification, creature is not an umbrella that covers animal, but all animals are creatures.
Yeah, the
And
solution
the
here
same way
might
that all
actually
boars
be.
are pigs, but not all pigs are boars.
But we've
I
got to
guess.
figure out what he thinks animal means.
I guess so. Yeah.
'Cause whatever's going on here is not normal.
So animals are not necessarily
Not ants or
creatures
fish.
that are not ants or fish. Okay.
Uh,
This is fucking biblically accurate.
I love it.
Like,
feels like
Jesus
what it
Christ.
means is mammals, yeah.
Saying like an ant. That's not an animal. Fish aren't animals. That's a sea creature. A fish is an animal. You can't go to the zoo and see a fish. They don't have zoo fishes.
There's actually so many fishes.
There's fish zoos. You can go to a fish zoo.
No.
Yes,
He's
so confident.
This is yeah.
so
It's the
confident.
confidence.
SeaWorld, motherfucker.
You are so. If someone's telling you there are zoos for fish, and your instant reaction is incredible, you're so confidently. What's the word? Not even
Shocked
skeptical,
by it.
right? Like the idea of
Shocked.
going to see fish in a zoo that's wild to me. How can you be so confident?
What is it about water that just breaks these people's brains?
I don't know. It's the connecting factor, though.
They got too
Oh,
much
it
of
is.
it in their brain, clearly.
kinda feels
Dinosaurs are not animals, except for birds, because dinosaurs
Well,
are
dinosaurs
extinct.
might be.
Mm.
We haven't
Yeah,
gotten
that's a
ruling
tough
on
one. We got to find
Well,
out.
no,
more.
Assuming-
hold on.
Assuming
you
he
can
thinks
own zoos.
dinosaurs are real, he might. Who knows?
Oh.
Who knows where he
Well,
stands
you can't
on
see. You wouldn't go to a dinosaur zoo, so therefore they're not animals, right?
that? True. I can't see dinosaurs at the zoo, and I don't
Except
think
for
we
birds.
count alligators. I suppose, or birds, their descendants. But
So many fishes.
There's fish zoos. You can go to a fish zoo.
No,
Oh.
there's so many fish that they have their own fucking attraction called an aquarium.
That's different. That's like sharks and shit.
okay,
That's different.
all right.
There's so many
This is-
payoffs.
this is
It's just
entirely
it's a payoff
wow.
machine gun.
Did you
This
say
clip.
That's different, okay.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
play it again.
oh
Just
my
make sure you
God.
catch it. Okay.
Aquariums.
Fucking
Aquariums are for
attraction called an
sharks, not fish.
aquarium.
That's different. That's like sharks and shit. No.
Sharks are not fish.
Sharks are fish. Yes.
Wait, so fish are classified not by anything about the fish, but where you would go to see them,
Yeah, fish
right?
zoo.
Fish
So
zoo.
Maybe it's
If you
size.
go to a
Maybe it's
fish
thinking
zoo-
size, right?
Well, he said sharks.
There's a
Sharks
difference.
are
Sharks
okay.
are fish.
So
Usually like a tuna is
sharks
small, you know?
sharks are not fish because they are in aquariums, which we have freshly discovered do exist.
Fucking hell.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Seconds-
they're not. To be fair,
seconds ago,
they're not
aquariums
fish. They are
didn't
sea
exist. Now they
creatures.
do, and-
retardation bags. Like.
Not fish, sea creatures. Just to be clear.
Yeah, they're sea creatures that are not fish are at
The
fish
aquarium.
zoos, which didn't exist a moment ago, but they do now, and it's for sharks.
Yeah, he's world building.
Only sharks.
This is actual brain
Oh
cancer.
my
Holy
God.
fuck.
That's like sharks and shit. No, that's why they have different names. I'm talking about an animal like a monkey zebra. That's like saying a mammal.
You just ended yourself. If you would have said mammal, I would have gave you different answer. You said animal.
That's not a fish.
Fish is an animal.
No, fish. Something with paws is an animal, dog. Infer.
Something with paws.
Something with paws.
So humans,
is
so
an
humans,
yeah, he just
so
means
humans
something
aren't
with
animals.
He's fucked up
Humans
animal
are
and babble. It
retard.
seems.
Holy fuck.
Is a lizard an
Regrets
animal?
don't
No,
have
it's an insect.
What's
a
a lizard?
reptile. What are reptiles? So
Wait, whoa,
reptile
whoa,
human.
whoa, whoa,
Are we
whoa, whoa,
animals?
Well, hang on.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Did he just say lizards are an insect?
I think that's what he just said.
There's so many things being said. It's hard to track.
Is an animal.
No, fish. Something with paws is an animal, dog. Infer.
Is a lizard an animal?
No, it's an insect.
What's a
a
lizard?
reptile?
What are
How can you slide that in? How can you just slide that in? That lizards are insects.
It does sound like he's mistaking animal for mammal.
His
the two words.
classifications are all fucked. Yeah.
No, this is way past that. That is one tiny building block in this cathedral of ignorance. That is one tiny. That's a brick That one brick.
Ignorance is fucking
What?
charitable.
What age did you guys all learn about the 5, animal groups? Was it
I
like grade
don't
1?
know
don't
because it
remember.
was so. It's like a core. It's like core knowledge. It's like, when did you learn multiplication? It's like, I don't know. I just assume I came out of the womb knowing it. It's like one of those basal facts that you learned so early. You just assume you just always knew it. Like, when did you learn what the colors were? Like, I don't know, man. That's just like innate human knowledge.
When I had eyes.
Around
Yeah, it was
about
like
my
5 years
dinosaur
old or something,
phase,
I think.
Yeah, it's like one of those
I think
super,
eyes
super
5 years
early
old.
things.
Oh,
You don't
boy.
Yeah, I
even
had
know
eyes
when you
before I
learned
was
it.
5, but
Can you be sure?
Dinosaurs. That's when I found out.
oh
Is it an
shit,
animal?
you're
No.
right.
It takes a few years to grow in sometimes.
I don't remember.
It's an insect.
What's
a
a lizard?
reptile?
What are reptiles?
So what's a human? Are we animals? Are we animals? Because we're humans.
Mammal.
Exactly. It's a mammal. It's not an animal. Which is an animal.
Okay, so mammals can't be
You
animals.
are an
Oh, wait,
animal.
Well, no, this
You fool.
builds up. I think this is. Okay, fish are not animals. Animals are not mammals. Sharks are sea creatures, but not fish. No, sharks are fish, but they're also
Unless
sea
it's
creatures,
where
unlike
insects,
fish, which are
right?
I
not.
thought you ruled them out as
Simians
fish.
coping about being an animal.
Oh,
So what can actually classify as an animal at this point?
So
I think
paws
I
and
got it.
fur.
I said paws
I think
and
I got
fur.
it.
Paws
and fur, apparently.
Mammals.
Yes,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
a
think,
dog
I
is an
think,
animal.
I think what he. So I think he thinks that just animal refers to like household pets.
I think it's a dog,
But
right?
not-
Like,
but-
yeah, an
but
animal
not-
like
Dogs or
bear.
cats, like common animals that are hanging around
And
your
what about
house.
rodents?
Bear.
I think rodents have paws and fur, so
No,
they
he'd
would
probably
be
be like,
animals.
Well, they also hang around your house, too.
Rodents are an order.
Bear is a
That's like
forest
a
creature.
Category.
Yeah, that's like a pest or something. That would
Mammal.
be the response.
Exactly. It's a mammal. It's not an animal. Which is an animal. So we're animals. Animal. Listen, you said humans are mammals, right? Listen.
I can't.
Listen to my explanation. Just get into my brain for a second.
I don't want to get
Get into my brain. I don't want
lonely, cold, slimy place.
We're not an animal.
You are.
I'm an animal? I won. Comments. I won.
Explain it.
You explain it. Well, how am I an animal?
You asked me.
Yeah.
What animal?
You're talking with your mouth. Like,
Stop.
you're breathing. You're,
What am I least
Wait, you
afraid of?
called me an animal?
With
like, you're
lungs.
literally a great ape. Like, you're a primate. I don't know. No, we can't even bring that shit up. No, fuck no.
How am I an
can't get
animal?
into
You
that.
asked me.
Yeah.
What animal am I least
But
afraid
you
of?
called me an animal.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You just
You
said I'm
brought,
an
you
animal.
brought human beings into it.
Why
you
are
dumb
you
sack of
screaming
points.
at me?
Because you're stupidity.
You're stupid.
Oh my god.
His little expression when he
Oh
says
my
your
God.
stupidity
By
is
the way.
absolutely classic. It's so sad.
Human beings into it.
Why
you
are
dumb
you
sack of points.
screaming at me?
Because you're
He's
stupidity.
screaming. Why are you screaming at me? by the way?
Fish.
Yeah, but talking about animals.
I don't care. Animals. I'm talking about car cars. It's not a Mitsubishi.
Okay,
it's
but
car
you-
car. What is the definition of a fish? What is it?
Aquatic.
Aquatic what? Aquatic what?
Yeah, you saw he was about to say. He was about to say.
Creatures.
Animal. No, he was about to say animal.
His
He
pause.
was definitely about to say animal.
He's
Like,
reaching
he had to
euphoria.
say creature.
He was
He had
about
to
to
say
say
creature.
animal.
He
Yeah,
fucking
he was
knew.
about
He
to
knew.
say
It was.
I'm glad we know.
He knew he'd
The
fucked up.
two little brain cells in there knew enough that
Definition
they
of fish.
didn't
What-
say
what-
animal.
Finally collided and made a thought.
What is it? Aquatic.
Aquatic what?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Aquatic what?
Aquatic creatures.
Animal.
You're saying you're the same as a leopard. You're not a leopard. You're a white man from Dallas. You're not a leopard. I'm trying to tell you something.
So he thinks that like a thing can only be itself. It can't belong to other categories except for the things that can be themselves and belong to categories. You cannot simultaneously be an animal and a person and a mammal. It's like pick two. You choose wisely.
That was like concentrated brain rot. Holy.
That's
what the
insane.
fuck?
How is
That
this
was wild.
this person probably like operated a car on like a motorway with other people
Yes.
and they drove to work. How does this happen?
Oh yeah.
An animal, yeah, because a meerkat is fur and paws. Fish is not an animal. An otter is paws and fur, so he would say it's an animal.
No, it's a traitor.
But he wouldn't say that like
So-
an elephant or a rhino is a animal, right?
Whoa, because it doesn't. I mean, they have hair, but not fur. But I
They
don't,
don't
I
have
don't know if you
paws.
call them paws. Well, I don't think
No.
an elephant doesn't have paws, right?
No, that's what I'm saying.
that's
Or
not-
am I-
An
It's a
elephant
foot.
wouldn't have paws. Yeah,
No.
they're feet. Yes.
Do you think that humans turn into fish and you hop into a bathtub or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Fish.
Okay.
Well, no, we turn into sea creatures.
Aquatic creatures.
Aquatic creatures. Get in the hot tub.
A pool is just a fish zoo for aquatic creatures, which are people.
I gotta do some booting. We gotta make room for 3 people.
God damn.
So, Nicholas, I guess we'll see you for the next
Oh,
boogie
yeah,
round.
You can, yeah, you can sunset me. Be back in like 8 hours. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you later.
Should be like 6. We'll go with 6. All right,
video.
see you then, buddy.
6, or I'll set an alarm again.
All right.
Peace.
Doodle pip.
God damn. Fucking champion that man.
And
Am I the next one who joined? Like next longest one?
I don't. Well, does anyone here intend to leave anytime soon?
I think
I mean,
it's
I just
you
got
and
here.
me, Mark.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's you and me, Mark.
All right. Have a good talk, guys.
Love you guys.
You bet. We will do that. We will see y'all later on.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye, baby.
Adios.
Take this lull.
I survived to the next round.
Yeah, not bad. Just enjoy the peace for a moment before we enter more.
Wait, how long is this part gonna be? Isn't that gonna be 888 or what? What's the?
We can't do it like that because the availability of guests is completely random and scary. You have to move around for them.
Spooky.
It shouldn't be
Yeah,
that
'cause
me,
remember, here in
Rags,
the
and
States, it's
Springy
morning
are
now.
accounted for. It should be everyone
That's
else.
ridiculous.
And we got some
That's not
we got some
allowed.
fun lads along the way, okay, for fun discussions.
La di das.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness! Look who it is.
Hello,
Like
everyone.
beers, he's gonna drink them all.
Drink, you've missed so many events. Oh look, it's Ryan as well.
Oh my goodness.
If only we had
mean,
Nerdrotic, that would complete the racist trio, and then we'd be able to summon
Oh,
something.
it would. I can
It's
fill in.
the holy trinity of bigotry. I love it.
I remember when I, as a German, was like peak racism.
Yeah,
That was a
no, you're
good
getting
time.
outclassed, man. You gotta boost it.
Yeah, that's
You
bullshit.
can't
actually.
rest on your laurels forever.
Your
Yeah.
generation doesn't know how to do proper racism metal.
Well, I think I have to strap in and get us back on track.
I believe in you.
I'm never
Is that your
quite
announcement
sure.
for public office metal?
Yeah.
I'm never
Good.
quite sure what's going to get me blasted. I'll say what I think is the most offensive possible thing I could imagine on Friday Night Tights. And then I look at Twitter and it's some just absolutely retarded clip from some video I made on some random channel 3 years ago that gets called me racist.
Yep.
So
That's how they
but
get you.
how's it
Never
going,
know.
boys? Happy 6 years.
Oh, thank you. I
I
got
didn't-
something
I didn't get
special
any time.
specifically for you, Ryan, or rather, I wanted you here for it because I came across this at absolute random, and it was so fucking funny. Jump into the watch together, gentlemen, if you haven't already. Gotta get going. I don't know how long I have you for. Okay, I gotta be quick.
I will stay as long as I can.
Beautiful. So, this is
Right.
from a channel where this video is called "The Truth About Star Wars Exposed." Pong Krell, clones,
nice.
morality, George Lucas, and original text. Now, you may think, Mola, why is this? What's? And she's like, you know what? I almost don't want to say a thing. I'll just let him talk because this goes places. Video.
I mean,
goes
honestly,
places.
you had me at Pong Krell. Like I was.
I would have
holy
thought so.
shit,
He's not
shit. The Pong Krell? Really?
The Pong
Yeah,
Krell.
I'm going there. Yeah,
What about
going there.
Slurpo?
What's
He's a
funny
sea
is
creature.
I feel like Ryan's the only person who knows who that is. Who's he?
Yes. So like this, just for context, I suppose before we even get into it, this Pong Krell he's a Jedi in the Clone Wars era in the Clone Wars cartoon. Oftentimes, when people tell you you have to watch the Clone Wars, Dave Filoni is just a master of storytelling. They will refer to this arc as just like peak Star Wars, right? Which they've said that about literally about every
Peak
cringe
Pong.
thing that's come out, but this is usually the one that they're talking about.
Well,
But
let
just
us
real
begin.
quick, I'm looking at his
I
picture
can-
here. Oh,
I
I'm
can
looking
tell
at his
just by
picture
looking
here.
at him.
Yeah, is this guy a fish or an animal?
No, he's a sea creature.
Oh no!
No.
We're not doing this again. We're not doing It's good to know that his pronouns are he, him, though. Thank goodness.
Well, I got to.
Yeah,
I have to
wouldn't want
see
to
if he has
misgender this
paws or
fictional
not.
character.
Original texts are later.
Oh shit, it's a bit cool.
And I really have to get this out right now, or else it'll impact the quality of the video.
What?
What?
Okay.
Why does he
All right.
talk?
Fuck all the clones. Fuck
All of
every
them?
single one of these rat bastards. They are
Rat
the reason
bastards?
the entire setting has become a shithole by the time of the original trilogy. Why the fuck are they all portrayed sympathetically? They don't deserve sympathy. Not a fucking ounce of
Clones?
it.
I mean,
Clones
like,
don't deserve
literally-
an ounce of sympathy. They've been that
literally
grown
bred
to
for
be
war since-
disposable. Yeah, disposable people to throw into the meat grinder of war. I can sympathize with that. That sounds like a pretty. That sounds.
Well, okay, let
pretty
him
bad.
finish.
They are what they
he's
are
laying
because
the
they literally
groundwork.
they don't know how to be anything else.
I'm feeling
Why is the
compelled right
microphone on the
now.
other
He
side of
seems
the room?
passionate. He must know what he's talking about.
They deserve nothing but contempt, disdain, mockery, derision,
Oh, wow.
spite, and scorn. They were made
Damn.
with the express purpose of killing the protectors of the galaxy. That's what their fucking purpose was.
It sounds like he should be angry at the person who made
Palpatine.
them.
Who
made them, yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
not. It's because it's not their choice.
It's
that
like
even
getting
true?
angry at a nuclear missile or something. Like, it doesn't really have a say in what it's used for. It was just created for that purpose.
Yeah, it literally is not an agent in the same way that I don't think clones are agents in a sense. Like, are they? Like,
they
what-
don't
are
have
they? Do they have
agency,
free
really.
will? Do they?
Yeah,
Is there-
so
are they like
some of them are like
comparable to
heavily
animals,
programmed, but
or-
I
Depends
think
on
that
which
one of the
law you're
things
listening
that one of the things that Clone Wars, the television series, did that a lot of people praise it for is they do feel like it gave the clones like more personality, and you do have like more sympathy for them and all these things. One of the other problems is that they turned Order 66 from, hey, these clones, they are actually just going to be loyal to the Republic, right? Regardless of all these friendships or whatever. They turned it to like this chip in their brains that when it got switched on, they just turned into like animals, no pun intended, who would just kill the Jedi. As opposed to it actually being, hey, these are people, and they might even have these connections to the Jedi, but this is ultimately what they were bred for, what they were programmed to do, and they're going to kill them indiscriminately.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
did
correct me if I'm
they-
wrong as
so
well. Like, once the Clone Wars were over, were the clone armies not basically discarded, like, in favor of just mass conscription?
It
Like,
took a
the new
while.
stormtroopers.
Yeah, they got phased out because, I mean, obviously, the reason the clones were able to be so readily available, the accelerated aging and things like that. So they didn't hang around for very long. So once your force started aging out, they did conscription because it's way cheaper to just conscript all these masses than pay somebody to make these clones, especially after what they did to Camino.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know,
essentially,
like-
not only were they created like with the sole purpose of being soldiers and had essentially no say in the course of their own lives, but their lives were extremely short and they were thrown away once they'd served their purpose. So I'd say that deserves quite a bit of sympathy, really.
Surely the clones
had a
must
pretty
be
tough time.
cheap if the Republic never noticed that they had a pinch.
Hey,
had actually ever
focus,
paid for
all right?
it.
We're trying to listen to this guy's
Okay,
arguments.
sorry.
You're right, yeah.
Well, it was actually, I believe it was bankrolled by Darth Plagueis. I'm almost
He paid for
sure.
it himself.
Yeah, so Darth Plagueis is actually he's one of the richest people in the galaxy. He's a very influential person. Well, Higo Damask is his real name in his normal day. But yeah, he essentially gaslit Sifo-Dyas into believing that the time would come where this big war would be in the galaxy and the Jedi would need to be ready.
So one person can fund an army that could take over. This is madness.
Not helping the Republic win the Clone Wars, but to kill the Jedi. They're not even.
You can do both. Give him some credit.
Well, so maybe I'm wrong about this. I remember at some point there was an Order 65 where the clones could be ordered to kill the Chancellor instead of the Jedi. Was that retconned, or did Disney take away with that, or?
I'd have to look that up. I'm not sure about that.
Because I think the initial purpose of the clones is that they would have all these various fail safes built into them, so that if one part of the Republic became too tyrannical, they could turn on them.
Also, Theo just losing his mind in chat. I will say this is more to just appreciate this man's POV. Okay, I just want to play these clips just to let you know that there's people out there who really feel this passionate. Just start to appreciate some of his his ideas for what should happen to certain elements of Star Wars.
They're not even human or Mandalorian or whatever. They were made on a goddamn assembly line in a goddamn lab on a goddamn ocean planet. They're no different than the Separatist droids. Every clone ever deserves to be wiped out as penance for what they helped accomplish. No exceptions. I don't care if there are good ones like Rex or Cody or whoever. Just kill them all.
Bit of a moral absolutist, this guy, isn't he?
Who helped
This guy.
He's going further than that. He ain't stopping at the clones.
Bring about darkness upon the galaxy, because that's exactly what they fucking are, and you can't change my mind. And if they don't deserve death, then they at least deserve to rot away in a slum on some imperial city planet with no food, no money, no friends or family, and just be cheered at by every passerby.
No access to streaming services.
They deserve to starve and rot.
He's actually kind of winning me over, to be honest. I kind of agree. Just take all the clones, put them on one island together, just them. They just end up butt fucking
Australia
each other.
them.
On yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Do it.
Do they have genitals?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so.
Really? They're not just like smooth down there?
They're not just like Ken dolls.
Yeah, your only purpose is for war, no fucking allowed. That would actually be. I would have sympathy for them if that was the case.
Well, they could be castrated like they could be like the Unsullied from Game of Thrones, where they've been castrated.
Yeah. Honestly, if I were living in the Star Wars galaxy in that time period, I'd spit on that clone, kick that clone in the nutsack, gather a crowd of people to do the same, before ultimately doing the galaxy a favor by throwing that clone off an overpass. Fuck it, all of them. And I know what you're going to say, oh, but they had a control chip in their brains. They didn't have a choice.
Mickey Mouse.
No, they did have a choice. The choice to blow their brains out for being clones and built to serve evil. What? All right?
Did they have that choice, though?
Did any of them do that?
Really,
No. And who cares if they didn't have the control chip to begin with? They ultimately would have killed the Jedi anyway, because as products of the dark side and products of an evil man, the dark side would have overpowered them and made them kill the Jedi anyway. Either that, or they simply would have done it anyway by taking advantage of their bullshit.
He's like, every way ends in killing them. It must. There's no innocence to be found here.
With the Jedi. Hell, that's exactly what happened when Rex almost killed Ahsoka. He wasn't resisting the control chip. He was pretending to resist it so Ahsoka could let her guard down and he could kill her easier. So in summary, fuck the clones for being no better than the Death Star. Fuck Rex for being full of bullshit. Fuck Cody for being useless. Fuck Dogma for killing the unsung hero of the show, Pong Krell. Fuck this one clone for having.
I'm pretty sure I watched that episode, that arc in Clone Wars. Basically, it was this Jedi guy who just went out of his way to get clones killed, and then there was a massive fight where he killed like 100 clones single-handedly.
Yes, that's
Not
Pong Krell.
single-handedly, he's got like 4 arms, so
He's got 4 arms and he has 2 double-bladed lightsabers that he wields. Yes,
he sounds
that's
cool.
Pong
He's a
Krell.
buff Dexter Jester.
Well, just
Can I just ask Ryan a question quickly, just for clarification?
Go ahead.
Because I only know the films, I haven't seen like any of the extra stuff. So did they recontextualize why the clones were actually made? Like, were they specifically made to kill the Jedi?
So it was all for anybody that would be interested in reading something ever, unlike Mauler. The book Darth Plagueis gives so much very interesting context to some of the things that are going on behind the scenes in terms of the Sith. And yeah, so the idea of the clone army was from like the Sith. It was from Darth Plagueis, and he found a handful of Jedi who did truly feel like things were going to go off the rails. They saw these fights breaking out around the galaxy. They saw what was happening with the Trade Federation. And after kind of over a decade worth of like discussions and like careful manipulation, they were able to convince Sifo-Dyas to place this order because they felt like the Republic was going to need it at some time. But the truth was, the entire reason that this army was going to be made was so they could do this, so they could help to, destabilize everything and eventually use them to overthrow the Jedi. Like, all at the same time, they'd have to be taken out, the vast majority of them.
So to add on to that, I did decide to look it up, and Order 65 was a thing, but Disney retconned it.
Oh.
There was originally 150 orders that were basically contingencies that different parts of the government could order the clones to do if one part of the government became corrupted, but Disney cut most of those out. So there's no more.
Was Order 65 to take out the Chancellor?
Yes. The Senate could order the clones to kill the Chancellor.
And is it a coincidence that on this man's computer it currently reads 65 degrees Fahrenheit?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah.
It does make me wonder, though, because, like, who has the ultimate authority here? Like, say the Senate orders them to execute Order 65 and the Chancellor orders them to take out the Senate. Like, well, which one do they obey?
First come, first serve.
Does it depend on who has a chip in their brain?
Well, all those orders were before the chip thing.
Okay.
Like before the inhibitor chip was created. So the thing you're talking about, I didn't remember the number or how many there are, but that's all from all these Clone Wars novels that Karen Travis wrote in kind of the mid 2000s. And she did a lot of work building up what the clones were, what Mandalorian culture was even. There's a lot of crossover and stuff there. All of that got completely wiped away with TCW. Like, just the vast majority of it just got wiped out. This was even before Disney, right? TCW just started retconning all that stuff and overriding it.
Damn. They always retcon the best stuff.
Yeah, typically, and it's typically a bitch like Dave Filoni, and everybody praises him as a genius. Yeah.
The show, Paul Krell fucked this one clone for making like clone Twi'lek hybrid babies, because the last thing that the Star Wars needs is for clones to be fucking up the galactic gene pool. Fuck Palpatine for making the clones and being the Lucifer of Star Wars. Fuck the Kaminoans for making these piles of filth. Fuck the Imperial troopers for wearing armor similar to these fucks. Fuck Dave Filoni for continuing to rewrite the Star Wars lore.
Hey, there you go, Ryan.
Hey, thank you. I'm telling you, this guy's winning me
we can
over.
agree. He's winning you over.
This guy's winning me over. Yeah.
Specifically making more pro-clone and disparaging the name of Pong Krell. And fuck all of the clone simps for loving them in spite of the fact that they are obviously mass murdering machines. And frankly, all evil and its byproducts need to be purged from the galaxy. Palpatine and all his cronies need to die for being evil. That's obvious. And yes, that includes Anakin Skywalker, aka...
Man, when this guy watches the original trilogy, he's going to be very satisfied. He'll leave that trilogy
angry,
a happy
dude.
man.
Darth Vader. Anakin had every chance to resist the dark side and not give in to it, but he did it anyway. Death is a suitable punishment for all Darksiders and former Darksiders.
This guy took some very interesting lessons from the trilogy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a simple man, you know? Evil, you're gone. That's it.
He wants to kill everybody that's evil. You know?
Look,
None
he's
of them
synthetic
do.
man's
Redemption
Padawan.
should be
Okay.
absolutely impossible for anyone who's turned evil. Darth Vader deserves to go down in history in the same way here, like freaking Hideki Tojo goes down in history.
Who?
He was the right-hand man for the guy who plunged the galaxy into darkness and
he was
continued
the
to help him out after
leader
it
of Japan
screwed
during
him
World
out of
War
an arm, his
II.
legs, his wife and kids, his wife that he killed, by the way. And speaking of his kids, Luke and Leia need to die too.
He says all of this like it's real, you know?
Luke and Leia need to die too.
Okay.
I was with you to a point, bud.
They did eventually. At the hands of Disney, they did.
Okay, we'll let them in.
I didn't know people that based even existed. Jesus.
Firm, meaning they too will inevitably fall to the dark side. Luke was already showing dark side tendencies when he was negotiating at Jabba's palace and when he was fighting Vader on the Death Star too. So we might as well kill him then and there.
Kill them all. Might as well.
A
you know?
single drop of dark side, and you got to kill him. This guy wanted to for masturbating too.
There's something to be said about the idea of like angelic beings that can suffer no imperfection, and so they're like essentially evil in the way that they seek out the purification of everything that they see. And I'm getting these vibes from him, like this super,
He's like an
this
angel.
evil creature that
Very
he's like
Puritan,
this
yeah.
evil super puritanical creature that can absolutely accept no imperfection, not a single drop of this kind of blood, that kind of blood. The whole galaxy needs to be purified and
You
made
eat the last
clean.
cookie, fucking die.
Yeah, I can imagine he operates this way in his everyday life. Like he gets a new puppy and it pisses on the floor, and he's like, "You made a mess on the floor. I don't care. You're out of here now. You deserve to die. That's it. One drop of piss and you're gone."
All of the puppies need to be thrown into an imperial gutter and starved and have their balls kicked by me.
They need to be removed from the gene pool.
On the street, just gets you bumped into me, just shoots him on the spot.
Also, hi Gary.
Oh hey.
Oh hello.
We're talking about the purification of the galaxy. What are you up to?
Naturally.
Oh, is this a Dalek
No.
meeting?
We mean genetic purity.
Just click that all watch together, and you can join us for this wonderful
Nazis.
seminar.
Okay, cool.
There's only
No,
a
they're bad
minute
too.
left of what I
It's
wanted us to listen
complicated.
to. He's just finishing up his manifesto.
And Leia even turned evil in one of the Star Wars Infinities comics. See, look, you can see her right here. And
She's evil. She's
drawn evil.
She's in the shadows.
You're on the cover, so yeah, I'm
Shadows.
convinced.
She's been drawn
You
evil.
can tell she's evil. I'm not
Yes,
bad.
I
I'm
know
just
that this
drawn that
comic-
way.
is like non-canon Elseworld type of shit, but it's as I always say, if it could have happened, it'll surely happen. And Han Solo and
he's Batman.
Chewbacca
That's an
also
interesting
deserve death for
phrase.
being petty
Yes, so hold on.
criminals.
This guy's puritanical nature is such that if you could have done an evil thing in an alternate timeline, you're still responsible, even if you didn't do it.
Well, he's
And
saying
you need to die.
Killed.
if it's
Yes.
possible, it will happen. It's pretty
He's very
surefire
movie mob,
logic,
isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, once this guy has killed every living organism in the entire universe, I'm sure he'll be quite content that he's purged
the
it.
dirt will still get him.
Everything is.
The dirt will still get him, Drinker.
That's
well,
true.
he's,
Yeah.
he's just gonna kill all the animals, but the fish will still be here. Don't worry.
There's always a new enemy.
Couldn't
I
he
don't
draw this
care
even
what-
further and blame the midi-chlorians?
Just kill
Gotta kill them,
everything.
too.
Just kill it all. Yeah.
And by the way, George
I'm okay
Lucas
with that.
is the one who created this thing, so he needs to die too.
Yeah, exactly.
And
They
the
smuggled-
people who procreated, who are capable of creating George Lucas, well, they need to go too.
Or that they ended up joining the rebels anyway, or that they were good guys with hearts of gold. No, they are criminals. And all criminals deserve death. Boba Fett is a
Jesus.
contract
Wow.
killer, so
All
he's
right,
a
I'm
criminal
dead.
too.
Even if you're
And a clone
jaywalking,
on
it's
top
like, well, criminal death for you.
Oh wait,
What if you
well I
steal a
think what he said
paperclip?
about Boba Fett didn't do anything illegal, in that bounty hunter is legal, right? That's not breaking the law, so he's okay.
Didn't he vaporize people though?
Yeah,
That
he
might-
disintegrated
not
people
nec-
apparently.
that might not necessarily be against the law, if he's doing it within the bounds of his bounty hunting work, because he was.
It's quite
Because the
extreme. I would have
Empire-
thought you're, as a bounty hunter, you're there to bring people in.
Well, yeah. I mean, some bounties
Well,
are
dead or alive.
Depends on the bounty.
dead or alive, and some of them are just dead. As in, like the bounty only counts for them being dead. They just want people dead.
Yeah, we don't.
I
Want
mean, I
to
did
deal with
often
them.
wonder, like, how do you
There's no more room in the
prove that
gutter,
you
so
you vaporized the bounty? It's like,
Well, that's why you don't
just have to
vaporize
take my
them.
word for it.
I guess
you have
could
to live stream it to Twitch.
Yeah, if you record
live
it,
stream
you'll
the
be right.
vaporization on Twitch, then you're good to go.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think you actually just
sweep it into like
press
a little dustbin, and you bring that, and they'll test it.
Here's his ashes.
In my experience,
on,
you just press Y and claim the dead body. That's what happens in the bounty
Yeah, once
hunter
you
game.
string them up, you press Y. Yeah, pretty straightforward.
If
Yeah, I knew-
Boba Fett
knew
is
that.
off the hook because it's his job, what's the job of the clones? Isn't it to fight?
Yeah, well, listen, we haven't figured this out yet, so.
I think we have. It's just kill everyone. It's pretty
Well,
straightforward.
wait. I don't know. Is it their job? Do they get paid? They don't get paid, do they?
The clones?
No.
No. They just get. They just
Okay.
get fed.
There we go. We found our loophole here. They don't get
Well,
paid
they're like
for
Discord moderators. They do it for free.
it. Yeah, and
the
they're happy to
clone-
do it for free. They take.
On top of that, so he should die too. C-3PO should die for being built by Anakin. Finn should die for being an Empire 2.0 soldier.
Finn's down.
And no, I don't care if he defected. And Rey should die.
Oh, wait,
you post on Rey should die?
I want to get his thoughts on Rey.
Come on, I gotta know why Rey
I have
dies.
to hear the thing he said before then.
Like, C-3PO has got to be the most innocent character in Star Wars,
he was
surely.
built by Anakin.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
R2
evil droid.
tries to
With evil.
murder C-3PO.
He's been tainted with evil, obviously.
I do
Finn
think he
should
said
die
Boba
for being-
Fett should die, right?
Yeah.
Like
That
that's
doesn't
what- was
surprise
his
me
final
compared to
conclusion.
C-3PO.
Should die. Yeah.
An Empire 2.0 soldier. And no, I don't care if he defected. And Rey should die for being Palpatine's granddaughter.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So
I
I'll
can
repeat
agree with him.
myself. All
Yeah.
evil.
He's winning me
It would
over.
be easy. He should have just listed who doesn't deserve to die, and the video would be shorter.
Yeah.
True.
He's killed
And its
most.
byproducts.
We're running out of characters
from the galaxy.
Who's
gonna
hold on.
All right, everyone. I'm sorry about that.
We're missing-
Let's go back just a little bit. We got to hear the end as we go through the book of names of death.
Finn should die for being an Empire 2.0 soldier. And no, I don't care if he defected. And Rey should die for being Palpatine's granddaughter. So I'll repeat myself. All evil and its byproducts need to be purged from the galaxy.
Jesus. And you're the man
All
to
right,
do
everyone,
it.
I'm sorry about that. I had to get that off, or else I would have like.
It was a
cursed
burning
later,
desire.
so-
I really had to get that off my chest. Been holding that in for a long time.
It has to come out eventually. I'm glad it came out in this
I'm glad.
productive
This is a
format, and he
healthy
didn't go to a
expression. Yeah,
duel with
this
a
is
gun
good.
or
This is
something.
good that he did it.
So he wants to purge the entire galaxy of all life because it's evil.
Yeah, straightforward.
Does that make him evil?
Or- No. He's the agent of good here.
because he's doing it for justice.
He's the last good
Yeah.
man in a galaxy turned evil.
No.
So
Wait,
C3
Bob,
so he's,
anybody else
hold
wanna
on.
share?
Hold on. So he wants to purge all life, but he's less evil than C3PO.
No, just just
not
most
I think he's
life.
still less evil than movie Bob.
Just evil
most
life.
of it. Yeah. Evil, its byproducts, descendants, and all that assisted in its creation.
Yeah, which is fair, right?
He can abide no imperfection. He is like the lawful evil angel
Now-
of purity.
I have just the perfect video since Gary and Ryan and Drinker are here. This is just
Oh, boy.
what a beautiful one. Do you know what it is? You know what it is?
Hit us with it.
Is this something about us being racist or something? What is
No.
this?
I hope so.
It's House of the Dragon. A review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys
okay.
like that? A review
Oh,
of
House of the Dragon's pretty cool.
Yeah, we like House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Reviewed by
I like Kristen Cole and Alicent until the
Ben Shapiro.
I should have never sent this
We're
to you.
double dipping
Oh,
on
God.
Ben.
Yeah.
would have been my
Truly
fault.
is an anniversary.
Oh, wait,
We're double
this
dipping
is
on Ben.
Ben. Captain America is John McCain Shapiro. Okay, let's just
Gonna
keep
get
that
some
in mind
solid
from
takes
last
on
night.
this one.
Yeah.
I almost want to
Oh,
like.
boy.
I just want you guys to go ahead with this one. It'll be so funny because I know what he says.
So excited.
Alrighty, folks, we're here to.
Oh wait, one sec. Let me.
The start is pretty strong, by the way.
Ben
So-
facts don't care about your feelings, Shapiro.
Hell, fucking yes.
He's got his battle yarmulke
actually-
on. He's ready to go. He's got. Look at these candles.
Those are nice.
Yeah, I like
Actually,
candles.
nice candles.
He's like about to do a seance or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Actually, I
recap
didn't
season
watch
2
this, by the way, so this is even new for me. I didn't watch it.
Oh.
of House
Did-
of
Did
the
Ben
Dragon.
have to look away when like all the dongs and boobs came out? Does he have to?
Yeah.
Did he cover his eyes?
I think he
Yeah.
probably got someone to edit it so he didn't have to look at those things.
Yeah.
Like he got like a
Oh.
sanitized version.
Oh yeah, he got his assistants to purify the show first to make it kosher, so that when he watched it, it was a-okay and it didn't break any of the Talmudic laws or whatever he follows.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like looking. Actually, I think he was like looking extremely hard. He's like looking to see if everyone's circumcised or not, and that's going to be like part of his judgment of the show.
He's like, I can only judge one character, Amond.
Yeah, he's like,
Real quick,
I
while
really
the
went.
chat's saying,
What?
the chat's saying the video is way too loud.
I sorted it. Don't worry. I had to boost that previous guy because he was so quiet.
House of the Dragon. Here's the quick recap. Nothing happened for a whole season. This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN.
Boom, sponsor.
I mean,
ExpressVPN, ExpressVPN.
Gosh, be careful with him with the
ExpressVPN.
fucking music got us in trouble in the previous stream. Bastard.
Ah!
Burned us.
That scared me.
look at that production
Alright,
quality
folks,
there.
so Just finished season 2 of House of the Dragon, and that was the worst season finale of any series that maybe I've ever seen in my entire life.
Jesus Christ.
Have you seen Game of Thrones season 8?
Really? Yeah. I like that
No
Lost comes up
way.
as opposed to the much more suitable connection, which would be Game of Thrones season 8, of course.
Yeah.
When we last left our story at the end of season 1, it seemed as though the High Towers and the Targaryens were about to go to war. And when we left season 2,
That's a way to phrase it. The High Towers and the Targaryens are that's the dividing line.
Sure.
Yeah,
Blacks
I mean,
and
he's obviously
greens.
he's oversimplifying it.
It's
but,
fine.
Yeah.
like to some extent.
I think
Yeah,
that's
but
fine.
I wonder, does that like the crown? Does the little point in the middle? Does that like push down and cause discomfort?
Ooh, yeah. You could end
There's
up
a
with a big
little
dent in your
velvet
forehead.
underneath.
Certainly hope not.
it seemed like the High
Still looks
Towers
fabulous.
and the Targaryens were about to go to war. I know, it sounds like I just said the same sentence twice, but I changed the part about which season it was, because nothing happened for 8 episodes. I'm sorry, it's the worst.
Damn.
There's basically one half of one good episode. So episode 4, there is something called the Battle of Rook's Rest, and it's about...
Motherfucker, do you have to
It's
use
like
the
Something
music?
called
Is it-
the Battle of Rook's Rest.
But it's like his measure for like things happening in a show is like the entire landscape
Action.
of the world changing. Yeah, like everything
No, it's
blowing up,
action.
armies
Oh, no.
destroying each other. It's like
Yep.
you understand that just 2 characters talking in a room can constitute a massive piece of plot development, right?
Yes.
Like it's not
This is-
defined by action.
this is the incredibly, I suppose, like normie take we've seen about this season. The people that are screaming that it was somehow. I remember Gary in our finale review that we did on your channel, and I'm just seeing these people like legitimately, not trolling.
Look
like,
at me, I'm
legitimately
friends
saying-
with Nerdrotic.
yeah, like legitimately saying this is worse than
not
The
friends.
Acolyte. This is worse than season 8 of Game of Thrones. And it's like
the
I
fuck?
don't know how
Yeah.
there were people saying that. I don't understand how you can come to that conclusion.
Well, yeah, because
I
the only
actually-
thing worse than the Acolyte is Deadpool and Wolverine.
I actually do think that the basic part of what he's saying with that opening, hey, it seemed like at the end of season 1 we were about to head to total war, and now at the end of season 2 it seems like we're at the end of total war. I do think you can like make some criticism about that, specifically the last scene of season 1 when they decide to show Rhaenyra. It looks like she's about to go kind of full Mad Queen or whatever. I do feel like now in retrospect, it doesn't kind of add up to then what we see for the next, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 episodes of season 2. But to pretend like nothing happened when we have this entire Daemon arc, when you see all of these different machinations that are going on at King's Landing with Otto and Aegon and Aemond and Larys and all these characters, it's just I don't understand how these people actually watch the same thing we did.
And like on the conflict front of all of this, you know, they don't just immediately go into total war and just like smash a bunch of armies together. Like the 2 sides are trying to probe each other's weaknesses. In some cases they're trying to seek a diplomatic solution. The other houses throughout the Westeros are trying to decide which side they should come down on, and there's like little skirmishes breaking out here, there, and everywhere. There's stuff happening constantly. It's just not the big payoff, you know, set piece battles that you might be looking for, but that stuff is just superficial. If you've got a bunch of characters who all have their own arcs, who have their own objectives and are pursuing them and are actually doing things towards those ends, that's what you need in a story like this, and that's what you get.
That's what it was. That's what Game of Thrones used to be, and then it fell into that trap once it passed the source material and just started making spectacle. And that's when it absolutely fell apart. But as you know, Ryan, you know this, everybody knows the ratings went up. So that's what they fell into, but they forgot what got them there and what it was before. And it's dialogue, it's intrigue, it's betrayal. It's a lot of time at court. Some of the best scenes in the season were sitting at the council and listening to them argue over and over again, watching people lose power, gain power. That's what it is. And the battle is supposed to be 1 episode per season, not 2 or 3. And you know, even if looking back at the Battle of the Bastards, what a ridiculous battle that was. It was freaking with like.
Well, let's
piles
not
of
even
bodies.
start about the second Battle of Winterfell against the freaking
There's things to criticize for this season. There are certain oh my god, Misseri like needs to die like a slow death or a quick one just to get rid of her. And that last scene But I mean, this isn't a good excuse, but the strike did affect it. They were told by HBO fucked them. So HBO told them to take off the last 2 episodes to save money, and they couldn't rewrite anything to lead up to an ending because of the strike. But so they should have probably ended it with episode 7, because that ending in episode 8 was the very ending. That last scene was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, unnecessary, and they felt like they needed to get there because I don't think I'm breaking any news here. Rhaenyra's not a good guy, and she's not a good guy. No, there's no good guys in this, and all these people rooting for team. God, I hope there's a bunch of idiots out there naming their daughters after Rhaenyra right now. I really do.
I guarantee it.
I think that legitimately the majority of people who by the end were watching Game of Thrones season 8, I actually think the majority of the Game of Thrones viewing audience probably binged the first couple seasons over a weekend to then become a part of something big, something big part of Game of Thrones. So I actually do think there's like a massive disconnect from a lot of these people who didn't watch these seasons as they released and instead just binged it to get up to season 4 or season 5 or whatever to be part of this big thing that was going on. And they have no true understanding of how the first couple seasons of Game of Thrones actually felt.
I think you're probably correct. I think it attracted a lot of normies towards the end who were entranced by the spectacle of it, and then once that was over, they just moved on and they didn't care.
No, and I mean, if you've read the books, there's a lot more of this. There's a lot more of setting things up. There's entire chapters of Tyrion just being drunk. But they're good because the dialogue's good. It's setting things up. It's world building. You're getting to know Tyrion a little more. Tyrion, the villain, by the way, who's a villain. Yeah. So it's spectacle versus storytelling. But at the end with that tease, though, I can understand why people were pissed. I can completely understand why people, because they just put a big trailer at the end.
Oh yeah.
And you know, so they were caught in a rock in a hard place, and now that you have to wait 2 fucking years, that's the thing, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt their momentum because it feels like the show doesn't have a huge amount of like popular momentum to it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely got an audience that really appreciates it, but it feels like it's so much smaller than what Game of Thrones had.
And it is
even
lucky. It's
even
lucky
in the
it's got
early
what it
seasons.
did.
Yeah. I mean, it's lucky that it's really good. Like, I honestly expected nothing from it when they first announced it. So it's been way better than I ever thought it would be. But it just definitely doesn't seem to have that cultural impact that Game of Thrones had.
No, I don't think it ever will
no
either.
way.
That's really hard to recover. They had something huge and they fumbled it.
I don't know if any show is going to have that anymore because there's so many shows and the way they're watched now. I just don't think we'll get that. If we do, it'll be rare, really rare.
Yeah, like appointment viewing, right? When everyone is sitting down at the same time, kind of everywhere, watching the same thing, as opposed to, I think I'll go to bed early. Maybe I'll catch it in the morning on this streaming service. Things are just so different now, and I don't know if we're ever going to really get back to that.
We kind of got that with the Acolyte in the wrong way, though.
It did bring us together in some ways.
Us together, yeah.
Family would gather by the TV.
Have a few
Dad would
laughs.
get home from work from the mines, and he'd sit down in his chair.
Streaming Minds, Rags, the Streaming Minds.
The chocolate mines.
20 minutes of awesome, and that's kind of it. The rest of the season is comprised of various attempts to assassinate the others.
Right?
Oh,
isn't that good?
Okay.
Here's an overview.
So Rhaenyra doesn't want to do anything for the entire season. So let me just go through real fast what happens to each of these characters during this season and why it makes no sense. Daemon takes his dragon, runs away from Rhaenyra because he thinks she's a pansy, runs over to Harrenhal, sits there for an entire season, and gets high and has weird dreams, and then bends the knee to Rhaenyra. That's his entire season.
Rhaenyra, come on, dude. Lame.
Your perspective is boring.
Yeah, read a book.
Oh yeah,
that
where's the
isn't
lie?
Bible, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, through that one sentence that he's trying to sum it up in, Daemon has his entire worldview flipped on its head, and he's forced to confront everything that he's been running away from his entire life. And we get to see it. It does, take several episodes to play out. We get kind of breadcrumbed through the thing, but if Damon had just gone there to Harrenhal and immediately got that vision, he would have rejected it. He wouldn't have given two shits about that vision he saw at the end because he wouldn't have been receptive to that. That's not how his mind works. But it's everything that he went through, combined with the real life struggles that he was going through with the Riverlands folk and everything. I thought Damon's arc was awesome.
Oh yeah,
What do you think
He's such an
turned it
interesting
around?
character, and like there's so many conflicting motivations for Damon. He's a guy who was spurned from leadership initially. Like, his brother got the throne when he perhaps felt more entitled to it. Rhaenyra then takes it. He's a man who's fiercely loyal to her, but also has his own personal ambitions. He's trying to prove himself. Like, he's trying to prove himself as a commander, as a king potentially. But also struggling with his failures and his flaws as a person. And there's just a lot going on with him. And to boil his arc down to something as simple as that, like, he goes to a place and gets high and then feels weird and then bends the knee to Rhaenyra, it's just such a superficial recounting of events rather than the subtext behind it.
I mean, his experiences, I doubt, would be described like like Luke in Empire. That probably wouldn't be described the same way, would it? When he goes into the cave, I think most people would have a lot to say about what that scene means because they'd give a lot more deference to something like Empire, but they're not doing it for the Harrenhal sequences for some reason. Doesn't seem fair to me.
Because there was no dragons blowing up things.
Oh, I was gonna say Luke didn't fuck his mom in that tree, so maybe
being angsty about whether to go to war with the Hightowers, who literally have killed her child, which makes no sense. Jacaerys Velaryon, who is her kid.
Wait, that was his summary for Rhaenyra? That was it?
Oh.
That was it?
It makes no sense she didn't go to war with
That's
the
his
people who killed
entire
her kid.
season. Rhaenyra spends the entire time being angsty about whether to go to war with the Hightowers, who literally have killed her child, which makes no sense. Jacaerys...
Well, one of them did.
Yeah, and she really wants Aemon dead.
Yeah, and what undercuts it obviously is that Daemon takes action in it, which, by the way, I think would be more believable had Jaehaerys been mentioned in the Alicent Rhaenyra scene at the end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Should have. It was missing for some reason.
Yeah.
But that definitely undercut her vengeance arc, having one of the baby sons killed. It was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Velaryon,
And plus,
who is-
like this is a story of people trying to show restraint despite their declining influence and control over the people under them. These people like Rhaenyra are trying to find a better solution, even though as flawed people as they are. Like, they do not have full control over all of the lords and the armies and all the individuals underneath them, and they're gradually, all of this stuff gradually undermines their ability to get a peaceful resolution here. That's good. That's good storytelling. Like, they don't just immediately want to go to war, because going to war is really bad, and
it's really bad. And what's factored in is the small folk. They pepper that in throughout the entire first two seasons. Like, we can't just go to war because we'll lose the small folk. If we lose the small folk, we're all dead.
Yep.
We're all dead.
And like going to war, total war with dragons, if we use ours, our opponents will use theirs, and then the entire kingdom burns to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, and,
So,
the people who have a small sense of that, like Kristen Cole, you can see he's still got like PTSD from seeing that battle and everything that happened, right? Like that, it is not fun when dragons fight. At least not.
Because most people, because most people haven't seen it happen in this world. There hasn't been any out war for a long time. There's a long peace with Jaehaerys and Viserys.
Is her kid.
So yeah. Pretty horrifying.
A complete waste of space. He sits there being incredibly whiny.
Whoa.
Rhaenys.
Oh, we're done with that.
Oh.
All right. Well, I mean, look at what we did with Rhaenyra, and she was like a super important.
We didn't mention the dragon
character,
seeds, or like the plan to sway the power balance and how that's going to screw up. You know, just like, all right, well, because we only got like
do you think
10
he'll
minutes.
speak positively to any of the characters?
No, Simon Strong. Maybe that'll be.
Oh, he'd better. He'd better.
Who might have made the only decent leader in all of this, decides to ride a dragon to get killed for, again, no reason you can discern. Aegon.
I mean,
I love how, because I actually think there's plenty of room for criticism for Rhaenys, kind of in general.
Yeah, I didn't love her as a character.
The fact that she is viewed by Ben as the like the best, most positive character so far. Is kind of funny.
It's when he says she decides to ride a dragon and
I'd
get
say it's
killed
on
for
brand.
no reason. It's like she was specifically ordered to go do it. Like, what do you want?
Well, and if you kill Vhagar, you win the war for the Black Sword.
And also, no one knew it was a trap, right? They were going there to ambush them when they were trying to take Rook's Rest. Kristen Cole laid this trap for them. And Rhaenyra wanted to show everybody that, hey, I'm not just sitting here avoiding this stuff. Let's go protect Rook's Rest. And Kristen Cole laid up a really fine trap that he didn't know that Aegon was going to also run into.
And she had it weighing on her, which we felt was decent repairing, but not full. That it had been held over her that she fucked up in episode 9, right? And this is almost her like trying to correct that mistake.
Does nothing the entire season except be a drunken sot. Aemon, who's the only person.
Wow.
Aegon does nothing in the whole season.
Aegon's like, he's top tier, man. In this
Aegon's
good
one of
shit.
the most dynamic characters in the season.
Yep.
I think that, to me, Aegon was one of the most compelling characters of this season, based on what we saw in season 1, where he was just, listen, he never had any plans of being king. He just thought he was going to be able to drink and fuck a bunch of whores and watch children fight in pits and do whatever he wanted, right? Never wanted.
They
that
literally
type
have to
of
drag
power.
him to the coronation. Like,
Yeah, never wanted that type of power. Was kind of, he did not have a father as much as, Rhaenyra's father paid attention to her. Didn't pay as much attention to Aegon. But as soon as he gets in front of the small folk in the dragon pit and he hears them cheering, he's like, I actually really like this. I want the love and appreciation from all of these people. And you can see the first couple episodes is him trying to get that from the small folk, even promising them things that he absolutely should not. That's pissing Otto off, because that's how badly he wants to be loved by everyone. But he has no training in the politics of this world because he was never expected to take over. And then to lose everything in the first time you take your dragon into war by being betrayed by the brother who you let on the council. You defended him to the council, to your mother who didn't want him in the room. And then he's the one that kind of betrays you, and you're sitting there, you're burnt, you're hobbled, your dick exploded like a sausage, according to him, and he now doesn't have an heir. His entire world has come crashing down.
Well, what's great is the
final. You really saw his frustration. You saw his frustration as well during this.
Cuts into the just the point he's making about the the realm's delight, that last push he needs to actually save himself in the kingdom before despairing to the point of possibly committing suicide. It's still all based on the potential adoration. Lost his strength of himself, lost the ability to produce an heir, lost his dragon, but he can still get that love that he's looking for from the realm.
Mm-hmm. By repairing it.
What are you gonna say, Drake?
There's nothing.
Yeah, I was just going to say, to build on the point that Ryan was making there, you saw his frustration during the small council meetings where other people were very clearly making plans behind his back, and essentially he was just a figurehead. He wasn't even in control of the war. He didn't even have proper awareness of what was going on. And it's like, he's a guy who clearly wants to be involved. He wants to be seen to be the leader, and he's just being cut out and treated like a child. So part of his decision to get on the dragon was just motivated by that frustration and that desire to prove himself.
And then he got pushed over by his own mom. So
yeah.
His own mom shamed him into doing it.
The entire season except be a drunken sot. Aemon, who's the only person with a plan, doesn't enact any of those plans this year at all.
But he does.
He did. How do you think
That's pretty wild. He's accused of treason for doing so.
What? He is now he is now essentially sitting in the Iron Throne. He is the regent right now. He is taken over. What do you mean?
Yeah.
At all. Helena suddenly is like warging or something, and there was no hint that she was going to do any of that.
Oh no,
she's a dreamer.
There was no hint.
No hints throughout the entirety of season 1. In the beginning of this one, when she's
we knew there was something going
blood
on.
and cheese. And
This is again. I think this is one of the things. This is why I like weekly releases.
And
in a lot of
warging
ways.
is warging into an animal, by the way, just to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
well actually on you.
I think that this is one of those things that happens, and why I like weekly release kind of prefer it to binge because it gives you more time to sit there and actually think about what happened, as opposed to this comes off as somebody who really doesn't understand it at all, but also to somebody who watched the entire season in a day. That's how this comes off. This review from Ben.
I think you're right. Yeah.
She also seems bizarrely undisturbed by watching one of her children beheaded. Like she's disturbed by that very briefly, but it seems like for a person who is, the victim of incest of her brother, as promoted by her parents, and then watches one of her kids beheaded, I feel like she should be a little more screwed up than she is. Raina.
Well, if you kind of the point of the character. She doesn't really process things the same way we do.
Well, if you had paid attention, Ben, all these signs that you are missing, that Helena might have had like these strange special gifts. She was literally sewing her child's funeral shroud in the first episode before he died because she had already seen it. She had dreamt it. She knew that this was going to happen.
In season 1, she mentions it. Yes.
Well, maybe.
Well,
they didn't set it up at
what are
all.
you gonna say now, Ben?
Hey, he's getting to Raina. There's some criticism he can
Watches
give.
one of her kids beheaded. I
Okay,
feel like she should be a little more screwed
probably
up than
agree
she
with
is.
it.
Raina just stumbles around the landscape until she finds a dragon, correct? That's her entire storyline? Yeah, that
I
was
have
great.
no
I love
arguments
it.
with this.
He gave her the same level of summary as everyone else. At least this one, he's right. This one, he actually hits on it. It's like, yes.
For some reason, she had a conflict.
wait. Oh, go on. I have a
someone
point
that
to
I
make
didn't
about Raina
understand.
after this.
There's like a lady who she goes to live with, and apparently they don't get along, and then she just gets thrown out and then finds a dragon.
She's not thrown out. They go to Pentos. Like, this is the plan.
Wow.
So the best part about Raina is she took another character's she took another character's arc because this show had met its quota of black people. There is a character named Nettles she's taking her character, which is the only character that George wrote black in the story who has a black person. But the Valerians weren't. So since they changed them, they decided to take over the one character that George decided to write as a black
People
person.
have, you know
which
what,
I
Gary?
find
People still have hope
hilarious.
that Nettles exists. Climbs
How?
onto that dragon in the first scene of
guess
season
they
3 and
could.
eats Raina.
Okay.
So, you
Maybe
know,
actually-
hold out hope.
That would be great.
Oh, that would be cool
There's
if it turns out the dragon wasn't wild all along.
I would apologize publicly if that happens. I'd say, I'm sorry.
I think
that was awesome.
I think there's a 5% chance, a 95% chance Raina hops on that dragon and has her dragon or whatever. Which
So you mean
I would
there's
not
still
like that.
hope?
Yeah, I would not like that. I do think there's a 5% chance that because this obsession, Ryan Condal actually talked about it a little bit, that like Raina's entire thing has just been about this dragon. Like that's her obsession. That's where she places her value. She doesn't think she has any worth in her family because she doesn't have a dragon and all these things. If she were to get there and fail to and not die, but fail and then accept that, hey, I can do other things and then actually go back and kind of do what she's supposed to do with that family. I actually that would be great. I think that would be great storytelling for this person that was like completely and totally obsessed with this. Maybe not abandon the children that you're supposed to be protecting.
She's
But in
got to have
terms of
serious
overall
repercussions when she gets back for doing all
Yeah,
that.
and the people who were with her who didn't go out. There's no search party or anything. I mean, we have a royal
No one gives a shit
Targaryen
she's
running
gone.
around, running around in the Erie.
Nah.
And by the way, and coincidental timing, I'm sure. George R. R. Martin put a big blog post about dragons, and about like basically, I'll sum it up, how his dragons behave and where they are. They're not creatures that just fly around everywhere. They mainly stay on Dragonstone. Of course, they're in the Dragon Pit in King's Landing too, but they're not all over the world. They like to be near volcanoes, and I think they're in the Dragon Pit just because they're with their riders. But they would prefer to be on Dragonstone. They're not in the Erie, hanging out. That's really unusual. So whatever, but he puts this whole thing on like how my dragons behave, and when you don't honor the source material, your story falls apart. And it just coincidentally came out like a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That post a couple of weeks, maybe before this episode.
Curious.
Weird.
I'm pretty sure that was all 8 episodes for her. And then there was Bela, who just kind of exists. Well done, writers. Like, seriously, solid writing right there. Nothing happened. Nothing. And then when you get to the High Towers, Alicent sits around being upset that her kids are brats and annoying. Basically, she's willing to let them die.
Man, what a travesty.
What can you even say at this point? It's like,
What a
damn.
tragedy.
That,
Bela got more of a discussion than Alicent.
I know. Allison, who came to terms, which was starting out to be a pretty good character, came to terms with the fact that she was a shit mother. Was pretty good.
Oh yeah, Allison is fantastic up until her last 2 scenes.
Yeah, up until the last couple of
Yeah.
scenes, she is actually quite high. Really, really liking what they were doing with her.
Someone said you can't say anything because it's objectively true. It just gets tiring to recall all of the scenes in the season. Everything that happens with Allison, right? Like every last piece of her power being stripped away gradually, and her realizing just how responsible she is for the monsters that are her sons, and still desperately trying to reconnect, but simultaneously realizing every last piece of her that is within them makes them worse. Having that direct comparison with Daeron. Everything that she feels in relation to her family and her position of like trying to establish and maintain power torn away, and then realizing none of it even matters, and arguably a lot of it was destroyed by her own doing of misunderstanding or misappropriating like where she would focus, what she would do, where things should be moved, what things should be done. And launching the season with her basically deciding Aemond is done to her. There's nothing salvageable about him after what he does at the end of season 1, right? And then what she sees happen with Aegon. Allison's top fucking tier in this season, and then she gets ruined right at the end.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
right at the end. Ugh.
But I mean, it's weird to start, with every character where Ben just goes, they don't do anything. It's like, right, so unfill scroll. This is what they did this season.
This is
Wayne
what
Hightower,
happens.
who, again, the actor who plays him, Freddie Fox, is really quite amusing, and he's in a bunch of different stuff now. He's becoming kind of a thing. Basically, his entire role is just to follow around Kristen Cole and say snarky things sometimes. And Kristen Cole, his entire job is to shoot up at Allison and be really good at battle, but have no actual plan to be a nihilist. So, just...
Wait, did you say have no plan and be a nihilist?
He had a plan that would have worked very well up until, Aegon came to fuck shit up.
Yeah, up until the royal family had their fucking squabbles that destroyed all of his war plans.
Yeah.
And I feel like it also forgets the entire first couple episodes where you see Kristen Cole feel responsible for the assassination of Jaehaerys, which he rightfully should, because he was fucking Alicent instead of being on watch like he should have been. And then he's completely overwhelmed. He ends up trying to correct that by gaslighting another member of the King's Guard into thinking that they were the ones that failed, and send him on an assassination attempt where he's forced to go there, not only to try to kill Rhaenyra, which he feels conflicted about, but then also ends up having to fight his own twin brother and, die, which causes the other twin to kill themselves out of like all the shit that they've been through. And then ultimately, after all these things clearly showing he's out of his depth and doesn't know what he's doing, he gets promoted to Hand of the King. And then has to deal with that responsibility.
On that note, we're going to have to say goodbye to Mr. Critical Drinker. It can be
I'm sorry.
difficult to jump in and out, but appreciate it all the same, sir. Thank you very much. And, I'll catch you probably tomorrow.
Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, guys, and well done on 300 episodes. Damn.
Ooh, yay. Hooray. All right. Yeah, we will catch you later. Thanks for
300 years.
300 years.
300 years.
300 years of this.
300 years of
right.
streaming.
Oh, damn.
300 years of violence.
Laters.
Later.
Bye. Bye.
Wow, that was great.
Ooh.
Oh, all right.
Here you go.
Everyone,
thank God he didn't talk about Simon. Thank God he didn't talk about Simon. Jeez. Oh.
Drivers in House of the Dragon are Aemond and Daemon. Daemon was sidelined for the entire season, having weird visions of the future, the Wall and Jon Snow and all this. And for some reason, that's supposed to change his motivation for a reason that I can't quite discern. And here's the thing, we already know how that ends.
Oh.
I have to help prevent the end of the world.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to play my part, and it's not the one that I would like to do, but I still have to do it. Otherwise, shit's fucked.
And it still reinforces. It still reinforces. Like, he's a Targaryen supremacist, so it still reinforces that they are kind of the most important thing, and they need to stop this. It's just not him.
Yeah. It's actually quite good, you could say, but maybe I'm just wrong in German.
Well,
so it's not even suspenseful.
It's not the first time.
I actually don't like the Daemon storyline at all this season. Not just because he's wandering around like he took too much ecstasy and weirdly hugging trees and such, but mainly because his entire driving motivation in this season is he doesn't think that Rhaenyra can do the job. She's not harsh enough. She's not cruel enough. He can do the job. He was meant to be the king. And so he spends the entire season doing nothing and then eventually bending the knee to Rhaenyra because he had a vision of like the White Walkers at the wall.
Bro, did you not catch any of the other vision? When he sees Rhaenyra sewing Jaehaerys' head back on, what do you think that means?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Damon actually spends the entire season in real world, not the visions he's having, but in the real world, realizing just how difficult it is to actually be a political leader. When you can't just chop everyone's head off, you can't just run away to the islands, you can't just use your dragon to blow off some steam. Actually being a leader is extremely difficult and frustrating for him.
Yeah, because the one time he does it in that season, it comes back to fuck him over, and then he has to kill another guy to make it right, basically. So yeah.
I mean, well, it's probably our pick for the best arc in the season. It's very fucking well done. Every last second is taken advantage of. It's just that it's so character focused that I think a lot of people don't necessarily see as much value in it. They want more scenes that break it up. I think less of him experiencing it through visions, more of it experiencing it through places in the world, perhaps moving around the map, sort of thing.
Right.
Hundreds of years from now, that's stupid. And meanwhile, Aemond, who should be the active participant, right? He's the only one who actually drives the action on the Hightower side of the narrative. He's sidelined the entire season. He appears for 5 minutes the entire season, which is weird because when we left season 1, he was
one of the opening scenes we get him in season 2 is him planning shit with Cole, and then we find out that's all to do with the Rook's Rest shit, which is some of the most impactful shit in the season. And then he is the figurehead of action for the side of the High Towers. Remember the scene where he takes over in power, technically? Over from his mother? Over from Aegon? I don't understand this assessment. It's very strange.
Yeah, but there were no dragons and killing in that
But there were dragons.
As the driving force, he's the one who killed the Targaryen kid, which means that he's the one who's leading off the war. But then he goes completely missing. Meanwhile...
Missing? He doesn't go missing.
I'm very confused.
Aegon spends the entire season lying sick in his bed and talking about how he doesn't have it that works anymore. And meanwhile, you have Otto Hightower.
We skipped Aegon again. The poor guy, he just doesn't get any fucking... All right. At least,
parallels with his father. Like, I think I seem to recall Viserys being in bed and sick for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Season 1. Yeah, MVP performance.
Who again was a driving force who was sidelined within the first 5 minutes of this season, and he's sent off, and now he's in prison or something. Get to the end, and you realize that he's been imprisoned by someone, but we don't.
Well, I mean, we all regret that he didn't get more time.
We need way more Otto.
Yeah, we needed more Otto.
Yeah.
More Otto.
But also, this entire review it feels like it's skipping the first 4 episodes, basically.
Yeah.
Or at least 3.5. Because to say, Otto disappeared in the first 5 minutes of the season. Otto was extremely impactful. It had one of the best scenes of the season that was in episode 3. And it was after episode 3 where he gets sent off and kind of taken out of power. So to say he was there for 5 minutes, he was there for 3/8 of the season.
Don't know exactly whom. So the driving forces in the season are just gone because Rhaenyra is unbelievably passive. She's kind of like middle of the series run Game of Thrones Daenerys, where Daenerys you think is going to be like this driving force, and then you just end up sidelined, doing nothing of relevance to the plot. That's Rhaenyra. She spends the entire time kind of wandering around.
Dragon Seas, you could argue, were pretty relevant. Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Being angsty about having to be at war, and then having like a random lesbian kiss with her advisor that ends up
that was retarded. Nobody's denying that one.
That was retarded.
Yep.
And it did feel really very random. Yeah.
Cringe, you might even say.
Undercutting her character because the entire question of whether she's going to end up with Daemon is one of the driving forces, and then they have her kind of like be a bisexual with this. Like it's randomly thrown in there for woke purposes, I can only imagine, because the lady who plays Rhaenyra is apparently a bisexual, non-binary, agender human, even though she's obviously a good-looking woman. So basically, none of the season made any sense.
Rhaenyra in the books did fuck women, just
yes,
for the record. But they did a terrible job of setting it. That scene is terrible. Like just how out of nowhere it comes and who it's with and all that stuff. I agree with that. But yeah, she does. She gets down with Lena. Actually, her Daemon and Lena have some threesomes in the book.
There you go.
Nice.
Alicent Hightower is portrayed by the end of the season as the true evil driving force in all of this.
History will paint you a villain. Let them think what they must.
Even though In the actual plot line, she's much more responsible than Rhaenyra. She's the only person who sees any attention to duty. She's forced into this whole situation by her.
Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, like I thought we just made a whole point about how Rhaenyra's, not moving fast with the war shit, but Alicent's the more responsible one. Why? Because she does her duty, which has been shown to be obviously like has fallen apart at this point.
Yeah, it was really responsible fucking a Kingsguard while your grandson getting killed.
Her dad. She's a victim in all of this, and suddenly she is the person who's the evil person, while Rhaenyra,
it's just she's had plenty of years to take plenty of actions. I think she's a big girl, and even she recognizes she's made some mistakes. A lot of mistakes.
has spent the entire series basically being wildly irresponsible, is suddenly the responsible force, which I didn't see at all. You get to that last
I just
scene.
want to point out, hot grandma, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
Where Alicent meets with Rhaenyra and basically says she's willing to sacrifice even her own kids so she can be free of this whole burden. And Rhaenyra is really terrible to her. I mean, really, really unkind and nasty to her, even though we should remember that it was Rhaenyra's side that actually killed her grandbaby, like as a baby.
This is a good point. It's a good one. Bringing up Jaehaerys during that conversation is a huge problem that the writers obviously avoided because it would have fucked everything up.
The end of season one.
The difference between the conversation they had in front of the candles and the conversation they had at the end, and I hope that this is where the writers are going with this, is, Rhaenyra was very willing to do anything possible to come to this ceasefire, to have Alicent do anything as possible for her to do anything, until she feels like, oh, well, I'm actually destined to do this. The gods are in my favor. Look at what's happening with these dragon seeds. And then after that, now that she has that, the idea that it truly is just, it's going to be her no matter what, that this is going to end in, this is what I'm supposed to do, then she's very reluctant to do any of these things, and she's holding it over Alicent's head, which I think is supposed to show a, where Rhaenyra is headed in this arc.
Yes.
Rhaenyra's kid ends up being killed by Aemond, who's riding the giant dragon, and it's kind of accidental, sort of. The thing that you can say, at least for that, is that Rhaenyra had made her son into a military figure, right? He's a pawn on the chessboard. He's actually being sent to a place to recruit people, and Aemond is there also. So they're actually at war at that point. Rhaenyra's side, under Daemon, actually deploys like a murderer to go behead a baby. I don't know. I'm not sure that Rhaenyra has the upper hand.
I agree with him completely on this, and I wish it fucking came up in that final conversation, but it doesn't. Ridiculous.
We'll get to more of that horrible show in just 1 second. First, let there be no...
calm down. Fucking horrible show. Even from his assessment, it just seems to be a boring show.
No, all the characters are bad and nothing happens.
But even then, horrible.
Wasting
to,
Ben's time. Listen, time is money.
Actually, to be fair, that is an argument a lot of people make. If you bore me, that's like worse than being shit. But for me, I don't know, like, I'll take a boring season over a season 8 of Game of Thrones, right, where they just kill everybody, more assassinate them. I mean, you know what I mean? Ugh.
Yeah, season 8 definitely wasn't boring, was it?
No, I wouldn't describe it as boring.
Tech and the far left have joined forces to purge America of conservative views. Everyone right of center is now getting evicted from the legacy media. So why precisely are we choosing to give big tech companies all of our personal data? The battle lines have already been drawn. Big tech has made it clear where they stand. Now is the time for you to take a stand. Protect your personal data from big tech with the VPN I trust for my online protection. ExpressVPN. You see, every device, whether you're on your phone, laptop, or TV, has a unique string of numbers called an IP address.
I mean, hey.
When you search for things online, watch videos, or even click a link,
mostly recommend
big tech
VPNs in general. They're pretty good.
All your activity and then type
they're good.
ExpressVPN, however, my connection gets routed through their secure encrypted servers, so these companies can't see my IP address.
I'd read this a lot different.
Activity becomes anonymous, and network data is encrypted. The best
I mean, most VPN ads the same. it's you know.
Let the Eye of Sauron look at your connection and determine if it's okay instead.
Just download that app on your phone.
Blah 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 blah.
Now you are magically protected. Scan the QR
Magic.
code on the screen.
It is magic.
Visit the link in the description or visit expressvpn.com/BenYT. That's EXPRESSVPN.com/BenYT.
Bennett.
3 extra months for free. ExpressVPN.com/BenYT right now to learn more.
The main problem.
The main problems. Okay.
The biggest problem with the series, of course, is that none of these characters are particularly likable. They've turned Alicent from somebody sympathetic into somebody who's...
It's interesting because I heard that criticism for season 1.
Yeah, but now they're really unlikable.
Well, Viserys died, and then it was like, well, now there's definitely nobody. It's like, all right.
It's because to me, all of season 1 is Allison thinking that she is the one that is doing her duty. She's one of the only people in the world that's actually doing like the right thing, right? Where Rhaenyra's fucking everybody, causing a bunch of problems when it comes to secession, all these things. Season 2 is her realizing that even though I was just trying to do my duty, what I ended up setting into motion is kind of disastrous. And I paid way more attention to making sure that we had power as opposed to raising my children the right way and caring about them and bringing them up. So to me, season 2 does a lot with Allison kind of being introspective and realizing all the failures that she's had.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They were really setting her up for something else.
Something other than what we thought they were.
But scheming for no reason, because she's scheming on behalf of terrible family members. Aegon is a loser. Aemond wants to have power.
Man, what?
Oh, okay.
Like, he just hates Aegon.
Aegon's a loser. This okay.
No arc at all.
Just a loser.
But you have no idea precisely why. He's just sort of the big baddie. In Game of Thrones,
You don't know why, Aemond?
What?
Really? See, this is the thing I worry about with writers.
One of our complaints
precisely why he just
got his eye gouged out.
Well, it's just like it was too subtle, apparently, because like Ben's got nothing.
Aemond wants to have power, but you have no idea precisely why. He's just sort of the big baddie.
Like that's amazing to me. I'm pretty sure he's explicit in season 1 as to exactly what his motivations are.
It was one of our kind of complaints. Is like, oh, he just told her it's because they bullied me. He's like, oh, well, we could have been a bit more. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that scene for season 2. This is what I mean. It's covered in season 1 and 2. I don't understand where he's going wrong here.
You don't understand.
He cares about his
this,
perception and his insecurities and stuff like that. It's like
he believes he's the right man for the job. He did everything, follows all the symbols, did all the work. Aegon has always been a drunken fool who doesn't care. The second son who doesn't get to achieve what he deserves.
His value.
Yeah, and then undermined and not taken seriously, earns his way to get the greatest dragon alive. Still not taken that seriously, so he's subverted and plotted to push his way all the way up to the throne. Like, how is it? I would have thought Ben would love that, like as a storyline, you know?
Yeah, him and Daemon are supposed to be like very, reminiscent of each other, right? You even see in one of those things that Daemon ends up seeing, oh, look what Aemon has turned into, because that they're both second sons. They both think that they'd be better suited to the job than their brothers were who ended up getting the throne. They both feel like the need to prove themselves in this way or that way. The idea that you don't understand what Aemon's motivations are did you watch the show? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Because so in Chad's mentions, like there was another scene where Alicent makes it clear what his motivations are too. It's like, fuck.
Yes.
Can't be missing it this many times, surely.
It's actually, to state the obvious, it's not very subtle at all.
It's as subtle as an eye
He's looking at his phone.
It's on the nose, which means it's bad dialogue.
In Game of Thrones, every season there'd be new characters that were fascinating. And you feel bad when they die. If any character in House of the Dragon died, would you feel bad? I guess you're supposed to feel bad, kind of, when the queen who never was gets killed aboard her dragon.
Yeah, kind of was.
But do you really feel anything? Because nobody is doing anything that makes sense. So here's...
Oh, okay. Oh, that was a jump. we went from...
You don't, because no one cares.
Because
what she did made sense.
I understand the argument that you don't think any of these people are good people, therefore you don't care if they die, but saying none of them make any sense, like, okay, that's not true at all.
Here's my big critique with series that I have problems with. Why does everyone act like idiots? So in season 1, 2, 3, 4 of Game of Thrones, everybody has a clear motivation and they are making moves that may be wrong-headed but are at least intelligent. They're not just doing stupid things. Here, for the sake of the convenience of the writers, people just do dumb crap all the time.
Name one.
Why, for example, would
Rhaenyra...
Okay,
that's fair, but...
That's fair.
To be fair, we were aggressive with this one too. Like, what's frustrating, I guess, is that you can point to this. I would even point to the twin plan. I thought that was pretty retarded, but at least that one got acknowledged in universe as retarded. This one got partially acknowledged in universe as retarded, but then the Alicent decision at the end, that's pretty retarded, and then everything to do with Massaria. Does that cover everything?
There are truly like a handful, right? There are a handful of legitimate things where you can look at for this season and say, yeah, that's really dumb. That's kind of a miss. I don't know why they would do that. But that to me that doesn't overshadow
compartmentalize to those things.
Yeah, to me that doesn't overshadow all of these other things that have happened throughout this season that were not dumb. That actually were really, really well done, in my opinion.
Well, like Otto's plan to make use of Jaehaerys' death, would we not compliment that as like wrong-headed, or rather, well-motivated, but still like horrifying, but also clever?
It's so fucked up, but it's so conniving and smart
Yeah.
to take advantage of this terrible thing.
Yep.
Personally fly over to King's Landing to talk to Allison.
She didn't fly.
I don't think she flew.
No.
That would be odd.
Under the assumption that she's not going to
It's
die.
Rhaenyra. Oh no, never mind. It's just a nun that was riding on her back. Never mind. I don't wanna go back.
Just a
Go
nun
back to
on
what you
Cyrax.
did.
Nun.
No worries. It's just a nun.
It's a dumb move.
random
Why would
nun.
Allison do the same thing in reverse, for example?
Yep.
I mean, at least
Yeah, what
there you
doesn't
can make a
work
case
so
that she's
easily
doing it
is
because she's
why.
going to betray her own family. But Rhaenyra isn't even doing that. She's just making basically a peace overture. She could do that via
Oh, how would
emissaries.
anyone do that?
Now, my understanding is that the co-showrunner for season 1 left right before the production of season 2. So maybe that is why all of the creative decisions this season totally suck.
Bro, he was involved in season 8 of Game of Thrones, okay? Let's not,
Yeah.
just pretend like
That
he's
is
some
not
golden
the-
sage.
that is not the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it an excuse? No.
Okay.
So can the
No.
show course correct? The
You
show
can bring
can
up
only
Sarah
course
Hess.
correct if they give clear motivations to the characters. Again, maybe they'll get to some.
I don't know.
And if they have massive battles.
I don't know if they did. Would you even notice?
So like let's be clear, the writers, all they can learn from this is the subtlety has to go out the window. They've got to stop letting people interpret what characters value through action. They've got to start saying it more and more and more. Which sucks.
Out loud.
But like what what else is the solution? He doesn't seem to understand anybody's motivations, so at this point you've got to do it. Like, and then of course, yes, you need more
Well, yeah.
battles.
Some battles.
And he,
Maybe
doesn't
I'll-
and he doesn't understand that they are like within season 2 there was a lot of very subtle setup for things that are going to come later, which I won't spoil.
all that build up to the end of
that
season
when
2.
they happen, if they do it right, you'll go, oh.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes of next season are going to be very telling on if they get a payoff for what they set up.
Yep.
Finally emerge in some sort of battle, or maybe they'll just talk it out for another season like this. The only successes
If they're
in this
good
show,
talks.
the graphic depiction of the dragons is very cool. I'll say the stupid scenes where the dragons are just burning randos, and then a couple of the randos get selected by the dragons. I feel like there's a better selection process than that.
Correct. He's got another one.
Yes,
Yeah, yes,
yeah.
and that's going to that is going to come back on
Yes.
Rhaenyra.
It fucking
That's
should.
the thing.
That's one of those things.
Don't you? Terrible HR violations right there. I am
Yeah, there's no
highly
railings
disappointed
anywhere.
by
None.
the
Yeah.
season pass of the Dragon. It's going to take a lot to get me back on board, but it feels like the opposite of season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Best season ever!
Wait. What do you mean
feels
the
like
opposite?
So that would be
opposite?
good. So if it was
So
the
that's good,
opposite,
yeah.
it'd be good. Okay.
By that point, the writers were like, we got to finish this thing up. So it's going to take 5 minutes to get from King's Landing to the wall. And they just sped everything up randomly, and so the pacing was off. Here, it's like, what if we do nothing for a full season? Meh. Okay, so apparently there is a new spin-off. It is titled Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is set 100 years after House of the Dragon and 100 years before Game of Thrones. And honestly, like these kind of filling in the gaps series, I'm having a tough time caring a whole hell of a lot. These are apparently
actually a very good
going
book
to
series.
be about
I mean, yeah, they've got an established fandom behind them already, so it's probably going to be a decent start, but then it'll be word of mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dunk and Egg, who are from the Hedge Knight.
casting.
I've read the Hedge Knight. The Hedge Knight is good.
Oh, there you
But
go.
are they going to drag that out over like 3 seasons or something?
No, you
Well,
dumb
there's-
piece of shit! You fucking retard! That one book is going to be one season, and then the next book is going to be another season, and then the next book is going to be another season. You fuck up.
There's 3 books. Night of the Seven Kingdoms. You can go out and get it. They're all collected. He still does have to do a couple of more, including the She-Wolves of Winterfell. I think that's the next one that'll never happen.
She-Wolves. All right.
Yeah, the She-Wolves of Winterfell. But yeah, this is actually a really I'll say if you haven't read A Song of Ice and Fire, you can actually jump in with this. That like if you didn't want to just go into Game of Thrones, because this is like just it's a smaller story. It kind of takes place in more confined locations with a civil wars going on in the back, the Blackfire rebellions going on in the background, and they're very good. Like
The logline for the series is a century before the events of Game of Thrones. 2 unlikely heroes wandered Westeros. A young, naive, but courageous knight, Sir Duncan the Tall, and his diminutive squire Egg, who is Aegon, by the way.
I understood that reference.
Set in an age when the Targaryen line still holds the Iron Throne, and the memory of the last dragon has not yet passed from living memory, great destinies, powerful foes, dangerous exploits all await those improbable and incomparable friends. Okay, maybe.
Well, all right, it's nearly got him. It's getting there.
Hey, all right. It
Tempting him.
gets the official seal of maybe from
the
Benjamin
official seal of maybe.
Shapiro.
Not bad.
I guess. But I'm not sure how many times you can go back to the well on this one. You're not adding to the universe, really. You're just filling in gaps in the timeline. Part of the problem.
You're not adding to the universe.
What?
You're
You're
not.
not adding to the universe. You're
so,
just filling in the gaps.
Didn't he say he liked the book?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Then I don't know why you wouldn't. Why wouldn't you want the show of it then?
And it does add.
Well,
I mean, just think
it only
it's gonna
adds
be
if
the whole.
it's the bookends.
I don't know, man. That was odd.
I'm here also is that Game of Thrones is a wide variety of families who are fighting for the throne. And here you just have two, and they kind of know each other, and all the characters are stagnant, and nothing is happening, and they made one of them good and one of them bad.
Saying that.
I mean,
no, they're both bad.
Not
So
stagnant. I don't even know why that's being said that they're stagnant. That's obviously not the case. That hasn't even been proven.
Overall verdict.
I don't know, man. Hopefully season 3 will
we
be
know
better.
you don't know.
You'll have to let me know because I'm not
Okay.
watching the first few episodes unless it improves.
No, you're just gonna wait until they're all
That's a
out and then
verdict?
binge
How
them.
do you? I don't know.
Yeah,
Who's
who's
you
the
enjoyed
Yeah.
that recap of it.
He'll watch them in one afternoon, and he'll speed them up, and he won't really pay attention.
Yeah.
And then he'll make a review that's terrible.
House of Dragon season 2 better than I enjoyed the show House of Dragon season 2.
No, I'm not gonna play the rest of the fucking music. It's too loud.
Wah, wah,
I'm gonna get us in
wah,
trouble.
wah, wah, wah.
Well,
I like the absence of arguments for the
there's
most
been a
part.
theme
That was
today of
really fun.
political YouTubers covering media and the horrors of that. It's
There's something that happens. There's something that happens. It's something in the brain.
we shout high top at the beginning of this, but you know what? At least he knows what he's watching. Like he can recognize what it's from and stuff. That's neat.
Yes.
It's frustrating because, like, I don't think this is not just only Ben Shapiro thinks this way about this. I actually think there's a
No.
lot of people
Yep.
that are watching this and interpreting it like nothing happened, which is kind of scary. Because it is one of the few prominent shows out there that I do think is willing to take its time and have some subtlety and have these characters with these conflicting motivations that you get to see evolve over time and go through different things to change their experiences. And if you're the showrunners for this or whatever, and you're seeing this, you're like, well, I guess we just have to kind of dumb it down, and just put more fight scenes, even if they're meaningless. That would probably be what the feedback is for them.
It's a great example of that video was going around on Twitter yesterday. That's what I'm thinking. It was Trey Parker. And Matt Stone
it's
talking
classic.
about storytelling. It's a great example of not getting spoon-fed storytelling, which is and then it's something happens and therefore this happens. Something happens, but this happens, and that's what they explain. That's the difference. That's
If
the
you
difference.
can't
It's
connect-
consequence. Each things have consequence.
Yeah, if you can't connect this decision with this result with $150 million, then you're doing something wrong. Fill it
Well,
up.
Ryan, I believe you must jump out at this point.
I do. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't stay longer, guys, but congratulations on 306 years. That's crazy. So
306 years.
306.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Yeah.
So many
300
years, dude.
years to 307 years.
Absolutely.
I guess
And
the
counting.
only question now is are dragons animals?
Oh,
The fish.
Oh God.
They're aeronautic creatures.
Yeah, they're like birds, bro. They're not
Sky
animals.
creatures.
That's true. They're
Flying
like birds,
dinosaurs?
but they're
Do they
not-
count?
yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
But hey, thanks for having me, guys. Have a good stream. Talk to you later.
Thanks.
Later.
Thanks.
see you, dude.
Yep. We'll see you later.
All right. Since we've only got Gary for a little bit longer, we'll try and fit this into this, and then we can take our next break. So this is the next chapter, probably final, of us just checking in a little bit on Red Letter Media and what happened with the
Oh boy.
Star Wars
Okay.
Man stuff.
Oh,
I'll try to push
Star
this
Wars
out.
Man.
Star Wars
Yes.
internet.
So this part
Ah.
is just a reminder of chat of what happened, right? This is the original video. This is what happened.
That database changed his birth year in the canon to reflect
The show.
the show, and then people are like, well, his birth year was established in the books, not the Phantom Menace, and the books are not technically canon. I was like, oh. I mean, there's people starving around the world.
Oh God.
site error. God damn, they were quick to get on that one, eh? Look at that, boys.
Someone get in there! We have to update it to Leslie Headland's shit lore that she just created and manipulated. Ah!
But then you scroll down.
I didn't just making sure everyone understands. This is the context.
Hey,
That's what happens. It was weird.
The starving people care too. Okay, to assume that the starving people don't care about Star Wars.
There are starving people in Africa who are watching Star Wars theories videos. Okay, they're like,
Is this
I care about Yeti Bundy?
Did you cut this together? Or
No,
is
this is
just
the
taken
original.
from-
This is Red Letter
Yeah.
Media's. Which don't worry, I'll just let the clip play and then I'll give you the update.
So the
So-
shit that got updated.
This is a prior
Biography
chapter.
Was born prior to 132 BBY. Huh? I don't understand. How was he born before 132 BBY? But here they say 93 BBY.
So
all the cringe is coming back to me.
That happened, right? And Red Letter Media got some criticism from several people, including us on EFAP. We said that was some
we were.
retarded
We
shit.
were very critical.
We love it when they make
Mhm.
fun of all kinds of stuff. Big fans of the channel.
Yep.
Me and Rags are big fans of the channel. I think Gary would say he
Love-
is somewhat
yeah.
as well.
Red Letter Media.
I think Metal is.
I'm a fan. I
Yeah,
subscribe.
yeah.
I watch the
I love them
videos.
too. I've been watching them for years. They're
It's
great.
top tier entertainment, but that was cringe. And someone might be like, "Oh, you're upset because they made fun of your friendo." You'd be like, "It's just weird, man, to say like, why do you care about details in a nerd thing when there's starving children in Africa?" That's a really odd thing for them to
Yeah.
say. It doesn't make any sense, and it's unusual. And then, of course, there was the angle of just they didn't seem to understand why people were upset. They thought it was literally as simple as like changing a birth detail in a Wikipedia page. It's like, no, that's not what happened. But you know, whatever. We gave our takes on it. We thought it was bizarre. And if you remember, the video ended, I think, with them saying, if you continue to watch something that you think negative of, then you're essentially encouraging it. You're like supporting it. You shouldn't be doing that with things that you're not enjoying. You should be leaving them in the dust, because otherwise, statistically speaking, Disney will feel you want more of it. Which again was like, wait, what? Like they cover so much shit that they think is awful. And I'm not talking about best or the worst even necessarily,
time.
though that would definitely count. The main citation we gave was Picard. It was like, well, they covered the fuck out of Picard season 1 and 2. Even though, and most people remember if you're watching it, the people's face, the faces they had in their thumbnails had like lasers and blood flowing out of them to signify just how much pain they were having. It was entertaining as hell, and it was just like, I don't understand. Like, why are they telling people to do this, but they're not doing it at all? It's odd, you know. So that happened. We got clipped to hell and back. People very mad at us for criticizing RLM. That happens every time. That's
pointing
okay.
out their hypocrisy.
They
Yeah,
never
yeah.
reference the parts where we say we're big fans of them and would promote their channel and work. I think they're fantastic, top notch. Just these parts were really fucking odd. That's all. Star Wars Theory did his response. They didn't really get it. Didn't really understand why they were saying this, and maybe they were misunderstood or something. And so eventually they did a response. They added this into their next video.
Wikipedia changed his birth date, and that got everybody mad. And that, you know what? I'm gonna say something. You're not gonna like it, Jay.
Oh.
The man on the internet, Star Wars man.
Okay, Tales of the Empire is nothing
Star Wars
compared
bad.
to Tales of the Jedi that happened last year. Not even comparable. Grievous stole the show. Vader was clickbaited hard. He literally sat in a throne, a little dinky throne, mind you.
I don't know what his name is. The man that was very upset about that.
Yeah.
That I made fun of.
He really... Oh, sorry. You said very upset about the birthday thing. That's true. But just for reference, Theory really took their criticism, like, chilly as fuck. I was actually kind of surprised. He didn't seem to mind at all.
And I said, Jesus, don't get all bent out of shape out of this. There's starving people in the world to worry about.
You mean that funny joke that Rich laughed at?
It's a joke. I have to apologize to Star Wars man.
Okay.
Because that is his thing. That is Star Wars fans love their details in canon, and I love my details in canon in Star Trek. Not so much anymore. I've kind of like given up on that.
Well, you have to
but
at some
boy,
point.
oh boy.
Why?
Do you though?
I mean, there's giving up and there's like hoping that it gets better, but
If he means because
it's
they'll just
the-
destroy it eventually, it's like, well, I mean, Star Trek had a pretty fucking good run for a long time, you know?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That lore was pretty intact
Yeah.
for a very long time.
The fact that the fact that the most recent iteration of it is garbage shouldn't mean that you no longer care about the lore, because by that logic, none of us should give a shit about the Lord of the Rings anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, like
Or anything.
If what Jay is
Well,
getting
yeah,
at with that
anything.
comment is like you have to be able to detach because someone's gonna come along and fuck it eventually, I'd be like, well, that's bleak. I guess. But maybe he's right to some degree.
Maybe.
Yeah, separate the good from the bad, and reward the good if it does come out. You know, you want to encourage good behavior. Hold on to the
thing
things that
is,
are good.
We've had examples though of Terminator 1, canon, everyone cares about it. T2, same thing. T3 is like, T4 is like, whoa, this feels a bit strange. T5, you're like, what the fuck? You're fucking with the whole timeline. And then T6 is like, you know what? We're scrapping 3, 4, and 5. And it's like, oh, that's great. And then you watch it, and you're like, oh, what have you done? And so I guess what I'm getting at with that is like, well, I guess you shouldn't care. And it's like, well, but maybe you should, because they're willing to decanonize in certain circumstances. And it's all based on like reception, right? They wouldn't have said 3, 4, 5 didn't happen if not for the fact that the fans were not very fucking happy with them being canon, really, you know?
Yeah. Shame works.
It does.
I mean, numbers work too, and losing money, but shame works. And we need to bring it back. Absolutely. And it's, I mean, I don't want to get too far ahead, but like it's about consistency of argument. If you are worried about starving kids in Africa, why do videos on bad independent movies of people with no budget just trying to do the best they can? Why care? If you keep talking about them, they'll still keep making B independent movies that are shitty that you can make your videos on.
And
consistency of argument.
This was already pretty satisfying for me because I was just like, well, there's the apology, and you can tell it's because Mike is like, fuck, I'm no different. I know they want to go the angle of it was just a joke. I guess in the sense that it's a comment that evokes humor, as a robot might say. It's like, totally understand, but you were still making a point, and now you still feel that the point is not very fair. Which is like, yeah, that's all people were saying.
Much anymore. I've kind of like given up on that.
Well, you have to
but
at some
boy,
point.
oh boy, did it annoy me when they didn't know why 10 Forward was called 10 Forward. They thought it was named
so
after
bad.
the street that Guinan had her.
But like, just so you understand what Mike is saying, to someone who doesn't know Star Trek, this sounds like a detail that doesn't matter. Like why a bar was called a bar for a base, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, but equally, you'll have those kinds of details in Star Wars for people who aren't as giving a shit. And it's like, yeah, we're all kind of the same. This is why it would be like weird to, as a Star Wars or Star Trek detail fan, make fun of a Warhammer fan or Lord of the Rings fan for getting details wrong. It's just like, no, we're all kind of in the same boat with this. It's just how familiar you are with each of the laws.
Bar in San Francisco. And I thought, no, that's not why it's called 10 Forward. It's because it's on deck 10 in the forward section of the ship.
Yes, pretty self-explanatory.
And that annoyed me. So in full acknowledgement, one could have said, "Why do you got to worry about that, Mike? They're starving children in Africa."
And believe me, we did.
We did. And so, you know, I publicly apologize to Star Wars Man. I think his name is Star Wars Theory Man.
So, Theory took that really well. He was just like, yeah, no problem, chill. And everything is well in the world. That's all I have to say about that. It's wonderful.
Everybody has their little hypocrisies.
Everyone's got their thing, and some people are super into Star Wars. And I think that's why they're all mad, because not that the show, I don't know, maybe it threw some of the canon and got things wrong, but I think it's the tone of, it's like if
what it's done with the Jedi as a whole.
Yeah, it's like for me, for them it's the Jedi acting like Keystone Cops. They're stupid. They cover things up. They lie. They're awful. They kill people. they steal children.
It's all true, by the way. The Acolyte portrays Jedi as fucking incompetent retard psychos. It's not good.
It just portrays the lesbian witch coven as being worse.
Yeah.
Children from lesbian space witches. To me, that's the equivalent of when these Starfleet crew in Strange New Worlds act like idiotic teenagers.
Hi.
So, there you go. That closes that. But there's one thing that did happen in between that I think is now, in retrospect, even funnier. You know when I said we got a few
okay.
we got clipped and put onto the old Twitters. We also got put onto a subreddit.
I love being clipped
The
on
Red
Twitter.
Letter Media subreddit. And people were like,
Reddit loves us.
People were like, EFAP disagree with Red Letter Media, or blah blah blah. And then, so I've got a couple of comments here. Now, the best thing about these comments is keep in mind what Red Letter Media ended up saying. So,
yep.
First of all, it's the post. Seems every frame of pause is not a fan of Red Letter Media's advice on not watching movies and shows you don't like. Which again, it was just strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this is the Red Letter Media subreddit, so that's like Red Letter Media, the channel, is.
Yes.
I mean, that's what they do.
The channel
that's
built
what they
built
do.
completely on breaking down obsessively 3 movies they didn't like. They went beyond that too, but let's just
the starts here
3
with
movies they didn't like.
Is there a reason we care about these random people's opinions? It's like, all right, fair enough. Yeah, you don't have to. The
Oh,
only
I
thing,
thought you were asking me that about the Redditors. Oh,
No, here we go.
That's the okay.
The only thing I care about here is them ripping off Every Frame of Painting, which is a great YouTube film dissection channel. You know, Every Frame of Painting, the YouTube channel, isn't the originator of the understanding of the phrase "every frame of painting," right? Like
But that's the one I know of.
We have equal claim to screwing with that phrase as they do. Like it doesn't. They don't get to own it.
Oh, they invented it.
Yeah.
Reddit. God
But
bless
for the
you.
record, Every Frame of Painting is an excellent
Retarded.
channel on YouTube, by the way. Good stuff. I recommend it. The video on why Jackie Chan fight scenes are great still pops into my head every time I watch an American action movie, even if it's not an action comedy. And they're also correct. That video is excellent. These whiny grifters essentially stealing the name of a good channel is pathetic. No, we're not.
I wonder what
Every Frame
they...
pause. And then Every Frame of
wonder
Painting
why
relating to movies because we
they-
cover movies, and then Every Frame of Painting because we Every Frame of Pause because we pause the shit out of YouTube videos as well. We pause the fuck out of everything. It's all about details.
Why grifters though?
They
Why
call
do
everyone
why
grifters they
do
don't agree with. That's how it works.
I guess I wonder what they think about us that makes them think, oh, there must be grifters because not liking RLM, that's not a grift. That's just not. That just isn't a grift.
It's
so-
just insinuating the truth, Rags, that we all have our 4K steelbook copy of Ahsoka and we secretly
Yes,
run
you
off
bet.
and watch it over and over again.
I love it.
And then you got their
Yes.
name also makes no sense. Every frame a pause? Pausing every frame? What does that mean? Why are we pausing every frame?
The mind of the Redditor struggles to comprehend the basic language.
We broke them. We broke them with the name of this podcast alone. I think that's impressive. IMO, but you know what? Maybe not. Maybe it's hard to say. What else we got in this wonderful thread? I wonder.
All right.
They have a show making fun of bad things. That's a comment from us about Red Letter Media, that they have a primary show that's all about making fun of bad things. The response,
best
yes,
for the worst.
but they get joy out of dissecting what makes something bad. Just like certain people on the internet watch bad things so you can make outrage bait video content and get money, which brings them joy.
Oh, wait, that's literally us.
I was about to say, well, so you describe them with what could describe us as well. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Is that, yeah?
We
Okay.
enjoy dissecting bad things, explaining why they're bad, and it's like a job, and it brings us joy.
Yeah.
Okay.
We try to make it entertaining. That's almost part of the job, is to
No,
try
no,
and...
you guys, you're not liking it
Oh.
the wrong
Right,
way.
well.
You're not liking it the wrong way.
And then,
Okay, just keep that in mind.
quote, you guys are famous for the memes, which is true. Red Letter Media are very famous for several memes, several fantastic ones, like Consume Product and Wait for Next Product or whatever, and how does it feel to watch everything you love burn? You know those two? Classics. It says, well, now Mike is just suicidal. Like, no, he knows that. He's talked about it. They're aware. They know they've gone viral for all kinds of memes. They're aware. It's fun.
He often is an editor for their videos, and he throws in stuff
Yeah,
like that. He is a very active participant in helping to create
are-
the memes.
Depending on what circle you're talking about, they've spread the furthest, as do many things, through the form of a meme. But, like, if you want to go further in, yeah, they'll be famous to fans of Red Letter Media for their entertaining outlook on media and stuff. But, you know.
I like that bottom one.
Well, so this is the key. If something brings you joy, watch it. Mike is only suggesting that you shouldn't watch these things that make you angry and bring no other benefit to your life. It's a straightforward, easily understood point, but it seems that's too much for some of the other critics out there. It's just like, what are you talking about? It's not a difficult concept. Plus, they follow their own philosophy. They've been saying this since Transformers 3. All right? To be fair, They did bring up Picard here, which RLM seemed pretty depressed by and yet continue to watch. And then it says, did nobody actually watch the Picard videos? They ended up loving the show in the 3rd season.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
So what about the one with the season 1 and the season 2?
2 seasons of terrible content that they hated, and it seemed to make them miserable.
We didn't even get to Acolyte season 2, but had we gotten 3 seasons and enjoyed the 3rd one, apparently we'd be just as justified. So, all right.
Okay.
As long as it ends with a good season that we like, then it's all okay.
I say that doesn't make much fucking sense at all. Like,
Picard season 1 and 2 are the Last Jedi and Obi-Wan of Star Trek.
That does not surprise me.
Awful.
Mike is saying, quote, don't watch something if it doesn't bring you joy. But they're hearing, don't watch something if it's bad. And then the 2 responses here are, no, I don't think so. They astutely pointed out that Mike watched Picard despite it not bringing him joy. It's a dumb take, and there's no reason to defend Mike on this. And the other one says, incorrect. They're being massively out of touch hypocrites. Picard really did melt their brains. Now, I'm not going as far as... I'm just saying the thing they tell us, general people, anybody who's criticizing the Acolyte to do is to stop, because otherwise you're statistically adding to it, especially if you're not even enjoying it. Like I said, all those boxes are ticked for them with Picard. I just don't understand the difference. Why are they doing that if they don't think it's a good idea? I'd be curious to know what their point of view is on that. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I find their Picard coverage very entertaining, and I would hope that a lot of people, and I think it's fair to assume they did enjoy in chat. You enjoyed everyone's here coverage of the Acolyte in their various forms.
Yeah.
It's what we hope to do, convert it into entertainment.
Also, sorry, bear back.
Mike was saying the tried and tested don't watch so it doesn't get a season 2 argument, or it doesn't keep going. Vote with your dollars/views, or so I thought that's what he was saying. I think some of the guys commenting on the video had said similar things themselves. RLM for life. This is curious. Yeah, don't watch it so it doesn't get a second season. It's like...
Well, people didn't.
Well, I mean, so first of all, you're absolutely fucking correct. But secondly, could I have not argued their coverage of Picard season 1 led to Picard season 2? Oh my god, they shouldn't have done it. Oh, it's like,
it's Red Letter Media's fault.
Okay,
how many times have we covered stuff and it's like, by the way, don't fucking watch it because it's really fucking bad.
I mean, it's
and
usually
I think a lot of
built
people
in to
didn't go watch it.
If we're shitting all over it, we of course don't recommend it. You know, like. I don't think anybody in chat ends up thinking, I gotta watch this awful thing on my own.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, obviously there's going to be people who go watch it because they want to be in the loop and maybe want to comment about it themselves during some coverage or put a comment below, whatever it is.
So,
but for the most part, a lot of people watch you guys, me, us in general. It's just like, yeah, let's see if this is actually any good. It's like, oh, great to know. Now I can skip that. I can go watch something else instead.
Okay, I can't help myself. The best of the worst is literally talking about basically one-offs and random movies they find that are garbage, and they actually make fun out of the outright poor filmmaking and silliness. Both things I think apply to our coverage of Acolyte. So, still waiting for how this is different.
Yeah, the different, and I'm okay with them. Do best of the worst. Oh, I freaking
absolutely,
love it.
Yeah, go for it. It's fun as fuck.
Big difference is independent filmmakers doing their schlocky stuff, and they're awful, and you're making fun of it. What I mainly criticize: giant corporations,
right?
$180 million budgets, all the fucking resources in the world, and they still make something as bad as those independent makers with $5. I think that does bring me joy.
The vast majority of their coverage is of stuff that's like long gone now, right? Like 80s, and a lot of it is like B movies from then. But they do cover some new stuff every once in a while, and I think one could make the argument, wouldn't it be better to hit like multi-million-dollar corporations? But ultimately, I think if they want to even hit, like indie movies and stuff, it's like, all right, I mean, make it fun, try to be constructive, have a good time, whatever. I can't blame them for that. Yeah. So
I love best of the worst.
They watched Picard for 1 season. It was on the air for the 1 season. 1 season. Mike even says he does not care for Strange New Worlds and does not want to cover it. I don't think they covered the last couple seasons of Discovery. Don't watch it is quite literally the easiest way to tell companies you don't like it. Companies grow from viewership and dollars. People not watching equals loss of both. People watching but complaining about things like children online still gives companies both. RLM as
I
a
feel
whole.
like this is pretty
idiot.
funny
This is-
considering the-
Don't worry.
the
Don't worry.
acolyte
It's all.
Can I
it's all
point
coming.
out that a lot of people stopped watching, and Strange New Worlds is a continuing series. Star Trek Discovery went 5 seasons, 5 fucking seasons
I know.
before getting canceled.
Yeah, nobody fucking even knew it was
Picard-
happening by the time they got to the end. Nobody was watching it at all.
Picard was only
Kept
supposed to
going.
be 3. Yeah. They're making a Section 31 to doing Star Trek Academy, which is supposed to be Harry Potter in space. And nobody's watching. So why
Nobody.
are they still making it?
Uh,
Because it's content. Because they have, they had a lot of money. And now Paramount, who runs this, shut down their TV division and is writing down billions of dollars.
RLM,
So it's a different time.
as a whole, jokes and makes fun of movies. What they do through, though, is actual criticism that is also in a humorous fashion. Go watch The Last Jedi review or Ghostbusters. They did not like those movies because of the stories being told. Nothing to do with the childish garbage online. These man-children complain about lesbian space witches without any actual complaints about the quality of the show. I'm shocked these idiots didn't even realize RLM makes fun of them just as much as they make fun of Disney shills. Grow the fuck up. Laugh my ass off. Now, this is going to shrink because it does mention how,
Whoa.
the more you
Shrinkage.
cover a thing, the more likely it is to succeed. And, they only covered... well, what did it say? They only covered season 1. It's like, don't you think this constitutes significant coverage of something you find miserable?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said,
I
easily recommend these. They're entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
watch
these were-
Picard, but
these
I
were
watched
really
those
fun.
when they came out. I could share it.
I'm just...
Everything I
so
know
far
about
as-
Picard and Discovery is through these videos.
Dude,
Yeah, well-
yeah, the only good thing to come out of it was the videos and these videos.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
particular.
I have it to thank for that.
What's so odd about this?
If I was going to watch a video about Star Trek, because I don't know Star Trek at all, I would watch Red Letter Media's videos on it because they seem to actually care about it, which is going to contextualize the opinions that they're giving, and it's going to lead to more humorous moments because they're going to get very, very angry if it is actually that bad.
They there's Star Trek Picard season 2 episode 10 review. You can see the thumbnail. They're wearing like fucking bizarre costumes as if they've just like lost their minds outright. It's funny as shit. But what's interesting to me is that a lot of these comments will be themed in a way that's like, these guys don't even know that RLM are making fun of them. They don't know their backlog. They don't know why they do this, that, and the other thing. And I'm sort of awkwardly sitting here like, man, I've been watching them for so long. I've seen a lot of their videos twice. Like and then simultaneously, you got them saying like they didn't even cover Picard beyond season 1. I'm sitting here not knowing much at all about Star Trek, and being like, no, they did. They were funny as hell. I don't just, like it's all very confusing as an experience, but here we are. It's and like I said, it's fine.
I publicly apologize to Star Wars Man. I think his name is Star Wars Theory Man.
I watch a lot of their stuff, and I'm a fan of both.
Yeah,
they do have legit criticisms. But this is about EFAP and Red Letter Media, by the way. They are very... One sec, it's going to be real quick, I swear. They are very ingrained in the culture war aspect, though, and I usually roll my eyes with this stuff. But their reaction, and more so their fans' reaction, to a light ribbing from Mike has made me rethink their whole deal. This is the thinnest skin I'll ever seen, all because RLM made fun of them when they run a podcast making fun of shows, and more importantly, YouTube videos from people they don't like. I was sure they would be able to take a joke, because a lot of these people for years have talked about how RLM is one of the best, but I guess that only lasts until they make fun of them as well. I thought this comment was fucking weird, because we advocate that they do make fun of us more. We want it. But like, try to hit us for stuff that makes sense instead of...
Yeah. They didn't have any substantive criticisms about the lesbian space witches. Like, come on, man! Like, you didn't watch any of our stuff. You never watched our stuff.
It's so odd because they're saying like you couldn't just take a joke for RLM. It's like RLM apologized. You could say all day
because they realized what the
joke doesn't really work.
Issue
right?
was
It's awkward.
It's like,
it's
we do that all the time ourselves. Like, of course, yeah.
It's like this is the thinnest skin you've ever seen. Besides, they didn't make fun of us. They didn't mention EFAP. They were just talking about Star Wars Theory, Star Wars Man. And we just, on behalf of him, were like, seems a little bit wonky. Seems a little bit out of pocket, is what the kids say, right? Out of pocket.
Well, I mean, he agrees, right? Like,
yeah, well, Mike agreed, yes. I don't know what to do. Like, what is... This comment's so weird. It's like, I'm a little bit disappointed in EFAP for being so thin-skinned on this. Like, it's fine. And it all worked out.
It was funny. It's like one of these...
the whole thing is really weird. It's like, so first of all, Mike agrees, so that's pretty awkward. The whole like, well, no, when people watch it or talk about it, that makes them succeed. The Acolyte got cancelled despite getting massive amounts of conversation and coverage and videos and stuff. So that's a bit awkward. Like, it's just funny to me. It's just wrong. They're just like incorrect about.
Well,
like,
and then the very
everything.
thing that they're accusing everybody of not shouldn't do, they've done recently with another show they despise. You know what I mean? It's all very confusing. It's like, okay. Like, it would be funnier if it was sort of like more parody versions. Just the equivalent of what they do with like the shill stuff, which again, it's all really funny as well. Said this about South Park. South Park took way more hits on Disney and shills than they do on the reverse. You're like, there's plenty of opportunity, go for it. In fact, make more episodes just generally about the concept, because it's funny as fuck. Well, there we have it for part 2, I think.
Oh wow! Oh my goodness!
Haha!
But
about 5 more hours, right? Well, the actual stream part will be that, but the total amount of stuff that you'll be getting will be about 5 hours.
Yeah, because I was going to say, don't make me think too much now. I got to set up the next Batwoman.
Well, all I'm saying is it's in about 5 hours. That'll be once we get over the 24-hour mark for our stream time. But it'll be more than that in terms of total time because of these breaks.
Someone mentioned in chat that we're like an hour and a half away from reaching the 3,000 total hours of EFAP content. 3,000.
Oh, that's pretty. That's man. What are the odds, huh?
Yeah, it feels a little coincidental. I like it. Gary, what are you up to today?
Reading
Watching
some Lord of
things
the
he
Rings. Well, reading Lord of the Rings, and yeah, I'm putting off having to rewatch Rings of Power season 1. Probably gonna start that tomorrow. But today is just a little bit of reading, alphabetizing comic books, really important stuff. And then Forbidden Frontier tonight. I'm gonna talk about. What are we talking about? Oh, Lou Elizondo just wrote a book. Gonna talk some UFO stuff and Shroud of Turin. We're gonna talk the Shroud of Turin.
That was a bit upsetting because whenever I saw Forbidden Frontier, I was like, "Oh, that means we're doing House of the Dragon." And then
I know,
stopped being
yeah, and
true,
no,
I was like,
yeah.
"Oh." It died.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, if only we had those 2 extra episodes, huh?
Yeah, too bad.
I
Thanks,
did get that
HBO.
feeling too, where it was like, oh, there's no more House of Dragon for another like 2 years or whatever. Like shit.
Nope.
That's oh well.
Well, I think you guys will like Night of the Seven Kingdoms. At least the casting looks spot on, like perfect. None of it's weird or.
When we got
off,
Agatha on the
and,
way, right?
Oh yeah, can't wait.
Yay, Agatha, she's a witch. If
That's
she
actually
doesn't
not that
like
far
you,
away,
you'll
right?
be bewitched.
Isn't it like a couple of weeks ago? A couple of weeks ago, Hawaii.
What?
Oh, we got Rings of Power first, so that's epic.
Yay!
Agatha has a big black cat. She flies on her broom and casts her spells.
Dude, I love that
And
theme.
if you don't like her, you can push her down wells.
Oh.
Just like in Season of the Witch. But make sure you take them out and finish the prayer, or else the demon will possess a lady.
You know his brain is melting.
And then
with
no,
hair.
what's his name? No, what's his name?
Nicolas
Fuck,
Cage.
God damn it! And then at the end,
Frank.
Nicolas Cage and the other guy will die. Then Hellboy will die by
You
the
don't have to keep
demon.
going,
Ron
right? You can
Perlman.
just stop.
In the church.
And the church.
He dies twice. He dies twice.
Yeah,
One
oh,
death
don't spoil
isn't good
it.
enough
The
for
death of
Mr.
the king,
Perlman.
the
He
name
has
of
to
the
die
death.
twice.
Dude,
What?
okay,
No, he died
right.
twice in that.
Or-
Well, no, in Season of the Witch, he
Shadows
we
died
thought he was
twice.
dead.
All right. Oh, you sounded like
That's how
Filthy
Thea
Frank.
says it.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
And
You want
Cool.
some more Batwoman content? Well, we're going to be heading out now, but you, lucky viewer, can you one of you guys spam the link in the chat? Can go and watch Batwoman.
Sure.
Episode 14 of season 2. Exciting. This one has zombies in it. Wow.
Oh God, I actually forgot that there was a zombie episode.
There was a
Batwoman,
zombie
yeah.
episode, yes. So go and check that out. Look at that. It's begun. The timer. All right. We need to go and refresh a little bit to stay awake for these last hours now. It's important. We're a final stretch, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you.
On the stretch.
For now, though, we will head out and see you once Batwoman is over.
Later.
Student pimp, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Sweet. We will see you guys later.
Bye.
Be right back.